at 2 or 3 in the morning.
So that's better. Video quality was terrible there for a moment, but it was just because I had forgotten to.
Do an appropriate thing.
Yeah. Turn on networking.
They've got considerable zing to them. If you like ginger candies, you probably like them. If you don't like ginger candies, you are possibly making a mistake.
I do like ginger.
Ah,
I like
Marianne.
dried ginger.
Yes.
What?
We're talking about Gilligan's Island, obviously now.
Sorry, every
I
time.
unabashedly like Marianne better for several different reasons.
Beyond Redbone died.
I saw that.
What's that?
So, Marianne and Jeannie.
A
Which one?
Jeannie, because life would never be boring again.
Okay. Gilligan or Mrs. Howell?
What?
What?
What
Either
kind of a
one
choice
would
is
be
that?
annoying, albeit in very different ways.
Neither. Yeah,
Preferably.
Yeah.
neither.
All right. Think.
Oh, I would go Mrs. Howell because she's actually competent.
That's a point. That's a point.
However, the question is,
Can
in
you?
what way? I mean, are we just trapped on a desert island together, or?
It doesn't matter. I don't want either one.
I am basically in agreement with you
Even if-
despite acknowledging Scott's point.
Even if she inherits the Howell fortune, I don't want either one.
Okay.
Yes, they are zingy, but if you follow them with a pineapple,
That I had already discovered, yes. That was definitely something to
They're a little too much like gummy bears.
appreciate.
So, Laurel, are you
Spicy
listening or
bear.
watching?
That's odd.
according to a medical researcher
Mhm.
that Dermot Dobson knows, ginger has a unique attribute. Practically everything else you taste, you reach a saturation point and it doesn't get any stronger.
Yes, and ginger doesn't saturate.
Ginger doesn't saturate, it just keeps getting stronger and stronger and stronger and tasting more and more like.
There are a few kinds of hot pepper that are said to behave likewise, but they're beyond what I'm interested in experimenting with.
All right. So we have gotten back from Russia.
Rather quickly.
Zeppelin?
Hopefully Cloud9 will make its way safely back.
Well,
It travels at the speed of thought.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't. We upped it.
Yeah, although I
it was
the last
reset
adventure,
at the end of the adventure, though.
Yeah, I know.
Adventure is in Russia.
Yes. So the moment you guys teleported back home and were in the Century Club was the moment that your
Doesn't matter.
thing shorted out.
He's a pilot, not a scientist.
Yeah.
He would not want to use those engines.
No, he would not.
So yes,
It's making its way back
it's
to.
making its way back. However, technically, don't they reset at the beginning of a new adventure? So it's using the end of beginning of adventure would have it
Well,
back already.
he is supposed to have all the stuff reset.
However, I don't care. I'm more about the story.
Yes. Well,
Well, we don't really have a story now.
Sure we do.
Yeah. Well,
um,
we don't have another adventure yet.
We don't know what's going to happen next.
I need to find a specific sheet of paper. You know, that's going to be fun. Because while you guys might not think that you have any loose threads that you care about, I know differently.
We tried to go through them and figure out. I mean,
720.
we have the whole
You do
laundry
the
thing where they still have agents. We have several agents in the U.S. still that are in place.
We don't know who they are. We're not smart enough to figure that out.
Yes,
We're
the group
dumber than a
does-
box of rocks
The
when it
group
comes to
does
this
not
stuff.
have any idea who they are.
Yes,
We don't.
absolutely.
We really don't.
That's what J. Edgar's for.
Yeah, I
Oh,
feel
that's-
so good about relying on him to solve anything actually difficult.
We'll just get him a new frock. He'll be happy.
That's what we can do. We can report to
I don't think
the
he wants you
Bureau.
buying him dresses, okay?
We can report to the Bureau that we believe we've solved the problem at the source.
Yeah, and they'll either want more details, or they'll ask us to just please go away and not tell them about it. The latter would certainly be easier, but I wouldn't.
Well, let me put
I'm
it
not
this way.
sure that.
How are they
we-
going to stop us if we want to do the latter?
well, true.
I'm not sure that they
But in that
want
case,
to
why
ask
bother
Annie for
reporting at
details
all?
because she has been a little
Because it
bit
might be the right thing to
willing
do.
give them the wrong details.
Might be the right thing to do.
Yeah, well, arguably.
I said might.
So,
You know, if I would have been at full power, I think I would have tried fighting her.
I would.
that would be
Yeah.
interesting. I mean, she is obviously a lot tougher than Father Russia was,
Yeah.
and she wouldn't run out of fate points like he did.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Does she have 5 times 47 fate points?
We didn't.
She's 1,000 years old.
That
So-
didn't exactly
Don't
answer the
test
question.
me.
Well, hello there. Why would you up here, huh?
And you're assuming the rest of us are in favor of the idea of fighting her too.
Yeah, I have to admit I was feeling more like that could be interesting to watch from about a mile away.
From how far away?
About a mile.
Okay.
Depending on,
If-
you know,
if
sight
you're
Need
going to-
binoculars, but okay.
If you're gonna move a mile away and watch Jack fight, Jack's gonna teleport and shoot you in the back.
Yeah.
And he'll keep doing it until you start joining the fight.
Uh-huh.
All right, where are we? Let's see.
I'll be polite about it though. I'll ask you to turn around so I can shoot you in the back.
Yes, that's very nice of you.
I'm really not certain of the wisdom of fighting her at all. If circumstances had forced us to, I'd have had it go. But when it looked like she wasn't necessarily going to attack,
She kind of wanted to, but
but she wasn't absolutely committed.
yes. Alright, so that one's been introduced. That one's been introduced.
Someday we'll figure out why we're still alive.
Maybe.
That one's been introduced.
Like
Jack is still alive because he thinks strategically. That's why Jack's alive.
I don't know if that was what led to us not getting in a
Oh my
fight
goodness,
with
I can
Baba
cross this one
Yaga.
off finally. Rasputin and the Russians of MI6 is finally complete.
Yay!
And this one, Baba Yaga and Rasputin, finally complete.
And there was
Been on
much
here forever,
rejoicing.
it seemed
I
like.
don't have any food up here for you. Nope, nothing here. Yep, nothing here.
Yeah, there's chat. Okay. What's that down there? That's dumb. Well, they have this, what they call the live dashboard, so you can monitor your stream.
Yep. See who's on.
See
have
who's
home
chatting.
lotteries.
You know, there's a video preview window here that doesn't really work very well. There's a stats window here that doesn't work especially well. I need to change that. That.
You're out if I remember for sweet and popcorn or slightly salty
So.
pop. One of life's important functions.
But it's arranged in a very odd way here. I mean,
I'm certain that it made sense to their user interface people.
yeah, great.
I'm certain it made sense to their developer.
Yeah,
You're
well,
not sure that there's a user interface person?
Correct.
yeah, alright.
You may be correct.
So,
I haven't looked at it. If I looked at it, I might be able to actually tell.
I would say no. From looking at it myself and knowing a little bit about user interface design, I would say
They
that
don't have one.
They don't have one. For this particular, I mean, the company might, because it's Amazon.com owns Twitch.
Okay.
But I don't think they set anybody on this project, the live dashboard screen. Because the default way that it's set up was just stupid. And, well, it's not the UI fault that a lot of these windows don't work quite right. I mean, a lot of these boxes, info boxes. Alright, well, that looks like it's set up correctly and I can actually see people, so. Yeah, my Twitch life has been kind of weird lately.
Been kind of twitchy.
Yeah, I mean, I got a little bit popular and then suddenly trolls started coming in. And
Don't feed them.
on Saturday I was doing a stream of Realm of the Mad God and somebody asked me, what server are you on? And I told them, and then they crashed that server.
That's annoying.
Apparently the Realm of the Mad God servers are kind of easy to crash if you're, you could just be a script kiddie and, and run a script and there goes the server, it's down. So that was
Next
a little,
time, tell them you're at address
No,
127001.
unfortunately there's this website called realmi.com which monitors anybody who's on any of these servers.
Yep.
And so they could just go there. They didn't even have to ask me, but apparently they weren't smart enough to do that. They had to ask, and yeah. Anyway, so there's been good and bad with getting a little more popular on Twitch and YouTube. So it is the 17th of January, if I'm not mistaken.
I've got 18.
Oh, did we pass the?
I don't know how
Yes.
we did that.
I have the
Oh.
18th also.
Oh.
Really?
so-
Did you not count the time zones though? I think we're back. I think it was the 18th in
We didn't-
Moscow.
We didn't leave until after the 17th.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because Annie
All right.
said it would take a couple of days because, well, her lab update was
All
coming
right,
in
so
on
I
January
must not have, I
17th.
must not
Yes.
have
We
updated that.
left for Russia at 10 a.m. on the 18th.
All right. And then it got to be the 19th in Moscow, but then you went back
Uh-huh.
6 time zones.
So it's probably
It's nearing midnight
midnight on the
18th.
18th. And we never got used to Moscow time anyway. So.
No, you weren't there. You zipped there, and then.
Caused a
We're
bunch of
invited to
destruction.
leave.
Well, that's a nice way to put it.
You forgot the important things. We caused a lot of destruction.
Yes.
Accomplished the mission objective.
Yes.
So, quit sounding like we got spanked. We were successful.
Yeah.
I
That's true.
didn't say pick up the sword. I just said
I
we were
agree.
invited to leave.
Yeah.
Being
Yeah.
You
invited
missed
to
all
leave
the
is,
things I just said.
being invited to leave is significantly better than being
Being
sent
kicked
back
out.
in a cup.
Yeah.
She praised it lightly.
Uh-huh. So, does anybody have plans for the next few hours of the 18th, the end of the day, so to speak?
Well, it's too late for me to call Paris.
Yeah, don't do that.
That'd be a bad idea. I could sneak into the house and surprise her.
That could be a bad idea too.
Might be.
Actually,
When
I
she's
actually,
not with you, she often goes to bed before midnight.
I know.
When she's with you, she'll stay up later because you
Yeah.
have that very weird schedule. But
Oops.
So
Did I just knock the camera off?
I don't know.
Line?
So,
I bumped it, I know.
well, guys, I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to be at the premiere messing things up.
all right, well, it looks a little off. so I
Sorry about that.
don't- That's okay.
And I admitted to it immediately so that you could
Get some exercise.
fix it if you wished.
All right, there.
We apologize for the video.
Technical difficulties.
For the amateurish camera work.
No,
Unforeseen circumstances? That's always a nice general.
what is the quality they used for like Blair Witch and such with a shaky camera?
Cinema Veritas.
Yeah, if there's a
Well,
specific
that's up to him.
film buff
I guess
name
I'll use
for it,
the-
I don't know.
So Laurel has not responded to me. Let's see.
We might have identified the strip key.
No. No, she's not there. She's not in chat. She was there a moment ago.
Possibly she's dealing with stage 2 of whatever the past evil plan was.
That's okay. She's probably watching a Twins game. So, there's a Twins game on there.
When's it? Last I saw it.
Ah,
As
Granted,
if
that was
Twins
the-
actually ahead.
the Twins are having a historically good season this year.
Okay.
Like they're winning more than 2/3 of their games. That good.
Okay.
They have gone to the all the way to the World Series. So.
Twice.
But
One. They got their ones.
they,
And lost.
yeah, this late into the season, I don't think they've ever won this many games. But, I mean, they're over a third of the way done with the season. And they're doing very well.
Good.
So,
Okay.
I don't know a single player. It's not much crazy.
yeah, that's fine.
We're at the Century Club.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And
It is late at night on the 18th.
I will
Wednesday.
apologize to the concierge and say I seem to need a room for tonight,
Oh, it's a Friday.
which is very unusual for.
Yes. I'm fine, they have rooms. Well,
I'm going to the lounge and have a drink.
okay.
That sounds like the best
I'll join you.
suggestion so far this evening. Okay, with the possible exception of let's not get in a fight with
Hey,
Baba
AKA
Yaga
Wavy.
if we can avoid it.
How's our sound? We have that really annoying sound going on right now. Yeah, so they have a room, whichever quality room you want, as a matter of fact.
Great, good, fair, or average?
Good is
Right,
enough.
All right.
Go up to the roof, try and raise cloud 9.
Make a science roll. Well, or engineering, but whichever is better.
With the radio shack, you mean?
Yeah. So Annie's going up to the roof to the radio shack up
Yep.
there.
So that would be superb on science. Raise
Yes, you can raise your
crew.
crew.
Due to unforeseen circumstances, I'll need you to make your own way back.
Okay.
Let me know when you get back.
Yeah, we were already making our way back. Somebody told us we had to.
It is good that you listen.
Well, they seemed very firm about it.
It is good that you listen. I am happy to hear that you listen.
We made our empathy roll. Oh, that's not what he says,
Yeah,
obviously.
We just had a feeling.
Sorry about that.
Oh, that's okay.
Oh, and I'm safe too.
Well, you didn't sound distressed or anything, so we kind of figured.
See you in a bit.
See you in a few days.
I suppose Cloud 9 being well supplied with all sorts of things would probably include more than ample spare fuel.
Yes.
Yes.
They have an essentially unlimited amount of fuel. They don't have to stop and refuel.
That's an interesting trick. Never mind.
Don't worry, I'm working on a radio telescope so I can install an upgrade so it is unlimited.
Yes.
Is there any way you could do the same trick with the Goliath?
Goliath? No.
No.
Well, okay, yes. If somebody were to invest like 3 stunts in the Goliath, then yes, that would be a possibility.
How many do I have invested in Cloud 9? Is it 4? Or
At least 3
Yeah, at least 3.
okay.
headquarters layer and stately pleasure dome.
Is there
But
a
yeah, you could
separate
have more than
expert
that
staff
invested.
one?
What?
Is there a separate expert staff one?
That expert
another
staff
companion.
comes with one of the other ones.
Yeah,
yeah.
it's
Okay.
headquarters lair, stately pleasure dome, and not exactly invested in it, but I also have the trusted employee that builds
That's
stuff.
Mhm, yeah.
So
Anybody else doing anything
not
in the evening? Heading to bed?
Yeah,
Yeah.
once I.
Are you sneaking into Paris's?
No. I'm gonna screw up the train lines again, because I haven't had a lot of good work on in a while.
All right.
And then I'm gonna teleport into her bedroom and
Tickle her ear and see what happens.
no, I'll just lay in bed next to her and watch her be surprised in the morning. So I think I'm gonna pick on the Pennsylvania Railroad. Mess them up.
Okay. You've never specified whose railroad you were messing with before, but all right.
Presumably he doesn't do the same train yard every single time.
There,
He's sort of
well, I mean,
cool
he's
to-
in New York City, and as long as he's willing to go, say, another 10 miles away, there's probably different train yards he can go to.
doesn't surprise me.
It's very, yeah, the train system's very dense near here.
It's almost like they have a population center to serve.
Yes.
I mean, Minneapolis, in the 70s, well, it had a station where lots of railroads used, but the Milwaukee Road and the Great Northern had their own station.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, well, I don't think anybody's going to notice you. I won't even make you make a stealth roll because, I mean, train yard security people tend to be about average alertness. So there's nobody.
So if the night watchman rolled a +4 and Jack rolled a -4, they still wouldn't spot it.
Well, let's see now. +4 would give them superb. What do you get at a -4 at night for your stealth?
Epic.
Yeah. So no.
Yep. Wouldn't spot him.
They'd
No
have
point
to
rolling.
spend one of those state points they
That
don't
they
have.
don't have.
Yes, that they don't have. You do that. The ghost of the train yard is once again
He's
Active.
Ghost is back.
is back.
Well, I need a good workout. Pushing these cars around and flipping the switches and
Yes, yes.
I can just see it. Someone eventually brings in a character that's a railroad inspector.
Well, no one's thought about doing that yet, but I suppose it's possible. All right. It is the next day. It is the 19th.
Yay!
so you mean it's 12:01 a.m.
Well, whatever. Everybody else went to bed. You moved train cars around and then snuck in and laid down next to Paris. So.
Well, before I do that, I'm going to write a note. I'm going to say, I'm back early, surprise,
Okay.
missed you.
Right.
And where are you going to leave the note? Just
I'm
so
kind of on top of her. I can
Okay.
her face if she wakes up. There'll be this note there. Let's say, from Jack.
Well, if you're going to be laying next to her, she'll notice that you're there.
Well, I'm going to make sure she's looking the other way.
Oh, okay.
Well, until she moves.
Until she moves. All right. It is morning. It is morning of the 19th.
Yay!
Yay.
the off chance it matters for any reason, that would make it a Saturday.
It is a Saturday. And it often matters. I mean, what's open, what's closed.
Yes, but we're not trying to make or shop for particular equipment because we don't have a mission yet.
Okay. This one, I can't read.
Oh, you found a pen or pencil that
It was a
has
pen.
secret writing, or
No, it is just a color that is too light for me to read.
Ah,
so it
I
wasn't
can
one of.
see that it is there, but it is
Sort of.
it writes pale orange. It doesn't show up well on white.
Yeah, it's not one of those ultraviolet ink pens that Scott has. So, did you stay? Where did you stay? You went to the Brownstone, right? You didn't
I
stay-
went back to the Brownstone
Okay.
after having had a couple of drinks.
All right. Did you? Okay. I'm trying to remember where your boat is. It's on the way back, right? From.
Due back any day.
Cuba.
But it's not. It's not in port yet. So you would be staying at the
Century Club.
Century Club.
Or the backyard.
Of course, if they're really sensible, they'll stay in Havana. It is winter in New York.
And there's yes, all sorts of fun things to do in Havana right now.
On the other hand,
And it's
Rick
warm.
did probably ask them to get back as soon as reasonably possible. And they are.
Yeah, they're not going to spend the whole winter down there.
Whose boat is it again?
But they might sort of, you know,
George is responsible. He'll be back.
they might, you know, do some thinking about, okay, what's reasonable under the circumstances.
But Annie stayed at the Century Club. Edgy stayed at the Century Club.
Rick's
Rick
at the
is at the
Century
Century
Club.
Rick is at the Century Club. Okay.
So you have 3 locations. Sorry.
That's fine.
It's 2 better than the 5 we sometimes end up with.
Yeah.
What
So,
do we want to really frequently end up with?
there's actually a paging system, a PA system in here. And at about 9:30 in the morning, and it doesn't go to the rooms above, but it's the public areas have the PA
Okay.
system. So not the sleeping rooms, but the just general like basement, sub-basement, first floor, second
Libraries.
floor. Yeah. And at about 9:30 in the morning, there's an announcement. There's not a lot of announcements, but this is there's an announcement, and it's all 5 of your names. Please come to the concierge desk.
Since Edgy only rolled a -1 on resolve for when am I getting off anyway, but that would probably be just about when he's wandering downstairs
Okay.
looking for coffee. Can't speak for Rick or Annie.
Well, Annie would be just about done, if not done with breakfast, so might as well have under that way. I was paged.
What about you?
Believe it or not, Rick overslept.
So you're still sleeping?
He may have woke up about 9 o'clock,
All right.
but since the announcement doesn't go to the
It doesn't go to the
Or-
sleeping rooms. No.
Okay.
It's not to wake people up. It's if you're in the public areas and we want to announce something to you.
So
I think the last time that this was used was when somebody tried to break into the Century Club. I think you guys might remember that. But,
very shortly after Annie turned, did they ask for us to come to the front desk?
to the concierge
Concierge,
desk.
Okay, yes. So, a few moments after Annie turns off, Edgy wanders over, carrying a cup of coffee and doing awake fairly well for someone with mediocre deceit.
Thank you, Caring Bear. She just cheered in chat. She gave me 200 bits, which is very generous of her. Thank you very much. Caring Bear's cheer shared rewards to 3 others in chat. Yay! All right. So, there is. Okay, so there's all 3 of you. Wait, you don't show up. So just the 2 of you show up.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's awake by now, but he hasn't.
He
heard
hasn't
the announcement
left his
yet.
room yet.
Oh, okay.
There's a shave, there's getting dressed.
Yes. Gary Bear says, "Hey Kevin," and Kevin's friends. So hey everybody.
Hey.
So there's a guy. He is overdressed. I mean, he's got like a swallowtail coat and a vest, and he's very. I mean,
Showman-like.
yeah, and he's standing there, and so the two of you show up, and he looks, and he's like, "Where are the rest of you?"
I suspect Rick is still asleep, and Jack and Simon are not here. I don't know beyond that, although I could make good guesses about Simon.
So the
No,
two of you
Jack
should make.
announced what he was going to do.
You
Yes, but I'm not mentioning it anyway.
Hello,
And
Anns.
I could make good guesses about Simon.
So the two of you should make academics rolls.
Do we know this guy?
That's what this academic roll is.
I got it good.
I got an average.
So you recognize this is the consul general for New York City. He's the guy who runs the consulate for Russia in New York City.
Okay.
Maybe I'll learn this role.
He wouldn't be here, officially as himself if he were up to Skullduggery. He'd either be in disguise or he'd send somebody else.
And the consul general is not the guy who does the dirty work
Right.
ever.
Right. So this will be something at least superficially straightforward and above board.
So where are the rest of you?
Rick wanders up.
They're down.
I
Down.
came down the stairs and saw them at the concierge desk.
All right. Two of your friends
Yes.
are talking to some guy who's really overdressed.
So here's Rick May.
Yes,
We
make
can-
your academics roll. You need at least good.
I could have left it at mediocre, actually.
Okay, so you don't know who this guy is.
No.
That was a -2.
So you wander up. Are you? And he names off the three other names. One of these people.
Rick May.
Yes, I am.
You are Rick Mann. Good. Where are the other two?
I expect I know how to read
Hello,
Simon
mister.
Wells. Jack, I really couldn't say.
Who are you, sir?
I am Dmitry Getimov.
Yeah.
I am the consul general for New York City at the Russian consulate.
Oh, pleased to meet you.
So, what could we do for you? This is
Yeah, what
this
brings
is
you out?
unexpected.
I
Really?
yes.
Yes, actually.
I am here to officially disinvite you from Russia. You are to never return to our country. Ever.
Well, I can.
The three of you and your two friends, I assume you can get the notification to them as well,
Well, this
are
is
never to come back to Russia ever.
This is the sort of thing you really shouldn't do in person, I believe. I'm sure that you'll find the other two eventually.
Well, thank you for your opinion. I don't want to have to go running all over New York. I'm far too busy and far too important to be dealing with stuff like this.
Then why are you?
Because he got instructions from higher up to handle it personally. I bet.
I'm not at liberty to
Said
say.
that out loud.
And if you want to make an empathy roll,
Yeah, with a superb empathy roll.
you were exactly right.
And he's probably really annoyed about it.
I
I
only got
will
good.
say that if you were to have a letter to that effect sent to Simon Wells' residence here in New York, I can certainly give you the address, then he would have been properly notified regardless.
Well, fine.
Shadow Jack, you can say.
Do you all understand what I just told you?
You don't want us in Russia?
No.
anymore.
It has nothing to do with what I want. You are to never return to Russia, ever. You are to never to
Yes,
never to return to
I
Russia.
understood
You are
what
never
was
to
said.
return to Russia.
Do you want to? I'm just curious.
Well, they have the
I don't
nicest
even
tea-
understand the question.
the nicest tea cakes at this little shop, and shop that has good tea cakes.
There are plenty of shops in Moscow that have good tea cakes. That's Martin saying
Yeah.
that, not Edgy saying that
So-
in a conversation which is disordered enough already.
Do I have to compel someone to do something here?
Well, if they're not doing it, and you want them to, I would assume that a compel is the way to do that.
Unfortunately, the aspect that I'm thinking of is for somebody who just isn't there. Or doesn't do me a lot of good.
Okay.
I'm kind of,
Are you going to try and compel John Doe?
no, that's not what I'm talking about.
Oh,
Correct.
Simon. Well,
Is there any particular reason given for this?
does there have to be? I was told you know why.
Oh, okay.
When was I in Russia? Why would they be upset with me?
Why do they have our names?
Just this exasperated sigh. Just, you don't need to make an empathy roll on that. He's like, why are you acting like an idiot?
Standing next to you.
You know, he's not an idiot. He probably has average academics, maybe even fair. He wouldn't have risen to consul general.
Quite possibly fair. They want someone who's good at keeping track of.
Yeah. So, I am going to consider this matter complete.
Okay.
Tell your two associates they too are never to come back to Russia.
Not even when you ask us to.
That's never going to happen.
Never is an awful long time ago.
Never say never.
I am not. I am. Edgy is not going to stir the pot any further because Rick is already getting in the obvious good lines. Nothing to add to that.
Come on, give the beehive a kick.
Not right now.
Yeah.
So, good day to you all. I hope to never see any of you ever again. And he turns and he leaves. And the concierge looks at you guys and says, I'm sorry about that, but there are certain kinds of people we kind of have to let in here.
That's
That's
fine.
all right.
And it does, you know, it's unfortunate that this guy was just a jerk.
He was no doubt working with very specific instructions.
Does this happen often?
It's a good question.
You know, it's amazing how often members of this club get told they can't go back places. So often I wouldn't say, but yeah, more
It's
than
not
once a year.
completely unprecedented.
It's not
Okay.
unprecedented.
Okay.
After the
Do they always listen?
That is not my area. I don't know.
I believe he
Though I do know
concentrates
that some people have been disinvited more than once from the same place. So.
that would be pretty strong circumstantial evidence. Yes. So as soon as after the consul general has left, and as soon as I can politely step away from the concierges, yes, I will. I will send. Are you there? Can you talk to Jack? On the.
I'm out of range.
Okay.
Range is at most 3 miles.
Okay.
Paris
And
is
he's on Long
further
Island
up.
somewhere.
Yeah,
Okay. Oh.
further uptown.
But you wouldn't necessarily know. So.
No,
The-
it was worth a try.
The brownstone is
Brownstone is
close
in
enough.
range.
Brownstone is less than 2 miles away.
I'll just
He put it
call
there
Simon.
specifically so it could be
Yeah.
close to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just like Jack's condos are within the range.
Mm-hmm.
So as soon as that doesn't work, I will place a call to Brownstone.
On the watch radio or on the phone?
On the phone.
Okay.
I'm gonna
So
look
it's
into
about
that.
9:30 in the morning.
Dryden answers the phone. Yes.
Is Simon available yet this morning?
To the best of my knowledge, he is still resting.
We have an interesting minor repercussion from the adventure we just got back from. He'd probably rather hear about it in person. Let him know to call me when he has a chance.
I will do that.
And now I think having made both of those attempts, the best further contribution I can make to international diplomacy is to go have some breakfast.
Okay.
I already said I was heading for some tucker.
Yes.
Well, by coming to that conclusion somewhere between 5 and 10 minutes earlier than I did, you proved yourself the wiser.
Only a few minutes.
Yeah. All right, and yes, there's nothing else that really happens that morning that's interesting or yeah.
There is a place laid for you at the table, coffee.
I don't know, the British don't drink coffee, do they? Don't they drink tea?
And he's gotten used to when tea is available, it may not be very good tea. So even at the Century Club where he could get good tea
Yes.
exactly the way he likes it, he tends to go for coffee instead.
So I guess
In the
they-
United
Habits
States.
change. Yes,
Yes,
habits
so I guess
change.
they go
They,
with-
they don't serve Lipton level tea here.
No.
It's actual tea.
They'll start their day with coffee,
I was
and then
amazed.
after about 9:30, 10 o'clock in the morning, they switch over to tea.
I was amazed to find out that the
I know
Lipton
in
tea
the
we get
military,
overseas
stationed
is
in
actually
Scotland,
better than what
coffee
we
in
get here.
Scotland, they said coffee was,
Well,
you gave it a
I
spoon
suppose
because it was so
It
don't put
has
up
to
with the
be.
terrible tea, yeah. I can't remember. I was in the UK for like 2 weeks. I don't remember if I ever had tea while I was there. All right. Do you try later to call or?
I'm
Assuming he'll call.
All right.
for Simon. I'm assuming he'll get the message that Edgy has some unspecified interesting news.
All right.
I will hear from him sometime this morning.
Depends on how quickly his curiosity rises.
With Simon, it's usually pretty quickly. There's a reason he has I really want to know as one of his aspects.
Thunderstorm hasn't
Nope.
gone away
Completely
yet.
Another
big-
wave of it.
Simon will call the Century Club about 11.
Okay. By which time Edgy will have finished breakfast and be going through all the newspapers available in languages he reads for in hopes of something interesting.
that's a lot of investigation you're gonna have to do.
Eh. I suppose I could, although haven't defined that would it would take defining interesting a little more tightly to see if I
Yeah.
find anything.
Reading through the newspaper looking for stuff that's interesting is more of an academic than an investigation thing. You're not looking for, well, if you're looking at photos of stuff or drawings, that might be investigation, but mostly it's academic.
Mm-hmm.
What it really is an excuse for the GM to tell you here's something you should be interested in.
Mm-hmm. I'm not going to bother making a roll unless unless that course of action is recommended to me.
So you're looking through the New York newspapers.
Might as well start there. Yeah.
Make an academics roll.
Yeah, well, that would be fantastic, so I might indeed find something interesting.
There's a brief article about a gangland slaying. Somebody was found dead, stabbed to death. Their name was Little Louis Salvatore. Make another academics roll.
See if I remember him from having heard of him previously.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, that one is not nearly as impressive, but it is good.
That is good enough. He was a lower level person in Fat Sal's gang.
Ah, okay. Well, that we maybe hear about, and Jack certainly will.
Little Louis, was it?
Little Louis.
The Salvatore kind of gave it away because he had a few Salvatores in his group, didn't he?
So it was like there was a family of people who worked for Fat Sal.
Okay. One wonders so far quite abstractly, did he do something to get one of his bosses mad at him, or is this conflict between his organization he's in and a different one?
Mr. Tong.
As I recall,
You're not there!
As I
You
recall,
can't tell him anything.
I will certainly ask Jack's opinion when he turns up, because he,
if we see him.
yeah. If I don't see him, functionally speaking, he hasn't turned off yet. If he's,
Well, you know where Jack is if you really want to get a hold of him.
And you have access to a phone.
yeah,
Multiple phones, really,
Sure.
in the Century Club, but yes, you
And they're high-tech rotary phones.
yeah.
rotary dial. That's right.
High-tech.
So far,
Cutting
none,
edge technology.
so far, none of this feels urgent enough to bother Jack at Harris's place.
Okay,
and the
make
odds-
another academics roll.
Okay. Well, that one is great.
So, there was a rumor that another lieutenant level person of Fat Sal turned up dead just a few weeks ago. I'm assuming that when you heard about that, you actually kind of mentioned it to the other group members, right? Because you were the one who heard about that, right?
Remind me what you would have told us at the time.
Well, I said, well, I delivered good old Tony to our gang,
yes.
who's a certain young woman whose father is sitting in prison thanks to us, and she promptly slit his throat.
Uh-huh.
And I said it was a gift to her, and she had my blessing to go after the other members of the Italian mob. Because either she's going to do it or I'm going to do it.
Yeah, although I would suspect that this multiple stab wounds and body left to be found.
That's done on purpose. I mean, you can appoint.
Sure, but that means it's probably not Jack, and I don't know how likely it is that it's
Probably not Jack. In what way? You think Jack would do something like that so sloppily?
that's
Think Jack would,
yeah, but would
especially since you know where Jack's been lately?
yeah.
I'm not seeing the
but-
logic in thinking Jack
Right,
did
I
this.
didn't say, no, I'm saying I'm thinking Jack probably didn't do that,
The one that
but
was
I'm
just
wondering if it's plausible
The
for-
newspaper
I'm
article didn't say,
forgetting
it
her
just
name.
said stabbed to death.
Stabbed to death,
Okay,
okay.
right, so it might not have been multiple stab wounds, it might have been relatively neat other than leaving the body to be found.
Yeah, the last body was found floating in the river. This one
Right.
was found actually in a back alley.
I am convinced that Jack will be interested in this. I'm not convinced it's urgent enough that I should try and get a hold of him at Harris's place. I'm figuring he will probably be around later today.
All right.
Are you mentioning this to your table mate?
Sure,
Okay.
sure, I will, I will mention that, yeah, it looks like another one of that Italian, gang you dealt with has run afoul of somebody. Whether it's, I'm forgetting her name, Young Shin's, daughter, niece, what?
Daughter.
Daughter, okay.
Granddaughter.
Granddaughter.
Oh,
I'm
sorry.
thinking one. Like that close.
I mean, Jack saw her on New Year's.
So we did.
She didn't want to be seen.
I believe Edgy noticed that interaction, or he might not have been at that party. I don't recall for sure.
Oh, Jack was there because he's.
No.
No, Edgy wasn't there.
Edgy might
Edgy
not have
wasn't
been
there.
at that
It was
party.
a high class fancy
Yeah.
party.
And you don't have a
Didn't
fancy
feel like
girlfriend to bring you
bothering,
anymore.
so. I think Rick and I went to something else entirely, which was rather
A
fun.
burlesque show.
Yeah, we
Right.
went to a burlesque show.
Yep.
And a good old time.
Which got much more interesting at midnight than those stuffy high society things.
So, that was the only interesting thing you found in the newspaper. I mean,
So
the world is continuing on.
there is much
there are-
procedural
yes.
maneuvering between Harding and Congress.
More people have been, convicted of various financial crimes regarding, in regards to the government. There's been a cleaning of house led by Harding and Hoover.
Not
Oh,
J.
Herbert,
Edgar.
no, not J. Edgar.
Yes.
Herbert Hoover,
Yeah.
Yes.
the Secretary of Commerce.
That makes sense. He's a guy like Hoover would clean up.
Yes.
Personally, I think he sucks.
So about
Yes.
about
Must be a
11,
vampire.
Simon
They suck.
returns my Edgy's call.
Mm-hmm.
So you're paged to
Yep.
the phone.
Hello.
Edgy.
So the short end of it is we are formally disinvited from ever going to Russia again, and they mean it. The consul general turned up in person, and he was irritable. One suspects he received very specific instructions and did not like them particularly.
We got like persona non grata, huh?
Mm-hmm. It would seem to be so. Rick asked him some interesting questions which he did not care to answer.
It occurs to me that we might want to pretty much go along with this declaration.
I didn't see any reason to make a point of being seen in Russia anytime in the next few years.
Let's put it this way. Who knew the five of us were in Russia?
That's a good question. A fair number of people in their military intelligence, maybe, depending on who told whom what when.
How so?
Really?
How so? Who saw us? Who, I mean, who?
Uh-huh.
Nobody. We killed the guards. We stuck by
The
everybody
only
else.
people who really knew that we were there
Who?
were
Little
Little Ivan,
Mm-hmm.
Little Ivan's grandmother,
Mm-hmm.
and Baba.
And John Doe had big mouth.
First Baba Yaga no doubt has other connections into the Russian government if she wants to bother using them. Secondly, who knows what Ivan might have found it useful to divulge in the interest of maintaining his cover. I mean, simply revealing the fact that we were there doesn't do us any particular harm.
I'm
How
still
did he
inclined
know?
to believe that it was Baba Yaga that
Sure,
arranged to have this message passed,
sure.
and as such, I'm
Yeah.
not certain I care to test it.
That's probably prudent. It hadn't occurred to me she might have been behind it personally, but taking that into account makes me less inclined to test it anytime soon. Granted.
Thank you for the host care.
The
So,
only person who doesn't know at
whoa.
Yeah, I know.
the only person who doesn't know at this point is Jack. He's out of range of the little radios. I suspect he's at Ferris's place. I suspect he can wait a few hours to hear this.
What do you mean you
news
suspect? I
unless he
told everyone where I was going to be.
Yeah,
Why are you saying the word suspect?
Because
he might
until
have been there and left already,
Yes,
or changed
you
his
might have
mind.
changed your mind.
And anyway, unless you think I should bug him at Ferris's place just to see if he's there.
Depends
He's the
on.
one. He's the one of us that is most likely to be able to get there on minimal notice.
Oh, boy.
Plus, what time is this?
11 in the morning.
Well, Paris would be awake,
Yes.
Yeah.
which means she noticed Jack was sleeping next to her. Which means she'd wake him up, right? Maybe not. I don't know.
She knows that you tend to stay up until 4 in the morning. So she wouldn't force you to get up at her normal time of 9.
All right.
She'd maybe wait until 11. So
so
you might just be getting up right now.
Okay.
If you think it would be a good idea to warn him, I'll call and see what happens.
Yeah,
I thought he was planning to go fishing in Lake Baikal. So.
Surprise, Paris.
Jack, you came right back this time. I'm so happy.
Yeah, well, I was highly motivated to do so.
Oh. Well, I'm assuming that it's because you wanted to be back with me again.
Absolutely. Did I ever roll to see if this?
Yes, you absolutely do.
Yes. You're very.
Okay. Whoa, good. Because I got actually great on my empathy to detect whether you were deceiving me or not. But hey, you beat that.
Well, I'm a good liar.
Yes.
So,
two of our viewers wish they could get a belly rub like Oreo is getting.
So probably right about the time Jack and Paris are having that conversation,
Yes.
a phone rings somewhere downstairs.
All right.
so the good news is, Paris, I don't actually have any immediate plans to go travel around the world.
Oh, good.
Not that I'm aware of.
Absolutely, yes.
Yes, the problem with saving the world
That-
is it
that-
comes to expect it.
This is most certainly.
I assume that means you're not going anywhere for quite some time.
No, because just remember what Buddha said, life is pain.
Oh, I don't remember that, but fine. I'm not really into Buddhism.
Neither am I, but that's something he got right.
Okay. Which way do you want to go? I want to go this way.
Squiggle, squiggle.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
So you hear the phone ring.
It's not my house. I'm not answering it.
Right.
I know. A servant knocks gently on the door.
No, it would be
Paris
probably
very
about that.
Not me. It's not my
Probably
room.
about that long.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Paris says, "Yes, ma'am. There's a phone call for Jack,
if he's here.
if he is here.
I'm here.
Could you come to the phone, sir?"
Sure.
All right. So you head downstairs to the phone. There is not a phone in the bedroom.
Yeah, good. Well, I gotta get some clothes on first, but. Okay.
Yes.
Just stealth them.
Yes, just run around naked and stealth. You could do it.
No, thanks. Yeah, it's a great way to make an impression with the wife's family.
Yeah. All right. So
So-
you answer the phone.
This is Jack.
This is Edgy. I talked to Simon and he pointed out you are the only one of us that could easily decide to just pop back to Russia yourself because of there maybe
What?
being some loose end.
We're going back to Russia? We just left Russia.
We are not going back to Russia, or at least those of us who don't want to get in a fight with Baba Yaga aren't.
You're not making a lot of sense here.
Okay, this starts with the Russian Consul General for the New York Consulate turning up at Century Club this morning. And
Let that windbag in.
yes, well, apparently they felt that it would be politically a bad idea to not let him in, so yeah, they did. And, very grumpily informed Annie and Rick and me that we are not to come back to Russia, ever. They mean it.
Ooh, I'm scared.
Yeah.
I'm so scared. Oh, I'm just shaking in my boots.
Uh,
What are they going to do? Give me a paper cut?
Well, hard to say for sure, but I talked to Simon and he pointed out there's only 2 sources that are even remotely likely for the information that we were in Russia in the first place, and probably the person we know in their intelligence wouldn't have felt it necessary to share that information, whereas there's somebody else who's really annoyed at us that I'm sure has other connections into the Russian government if he wants to use them.
Can I hear the short version?
You just did.
No, I didn't.
The short version is we declare persona.
You're not on the phone.
Yeah, right. Okay, we're declared persona non grata. You got that much, right?
Some stuff sure declares me that, and I'm going to listen to him. I don't
And
think
the
so.
other piece of it is that this might be from Baba Yaga personally. Just
So
in
a Russian
case-
witch is going to go make a contact into the Russian political system that will send this guy to the Century Club to tell us that we're not officially invited in Russia ever again. That doesn't seem super likely to me. I mean, it's possible, as in not zero, but
I don't know enough about her to say whether it feels like her MO or not. But I
didn't
thought
you
we
do a lot of
deserved to
research on
know.
her?
I did a fair bit of research on her. I don't know how much she normally pays attention to what the government of Russia is up to.
I
That
don't
was
think
not the area I was focused on.
No,
I wouldn't
maybe
do-
we should focus on it.
If you wish, but
But you see, if somebody tells me not to do something and there's somebody like that, it's almost like sending out a neon sign saying do the opposite.
Good night, AKA Wavy.
you might feel that way about it. I'm not sure I do, but I thought you probably should know. Oh, speaking of MO, another guy in the Italian mob seems to have turned up dead last night. Was it from the?
So yeah, you were reading the morning paper. It was yesterday.
Sometime yesterday. I give the
Oh.
name and was found stabbed to death and whatever the newspaper article
That just
said.
means that
It was a very brief article.
Yeah.
They tend not to care about mobsters getting murdered.
Well, it just means that she's been busy.
That's possible, although I don't know that I don't know that gal is the only person he might have run afoul of. It's not exactly a safe line of work. Anyway, thought you'd
No,
be interested
I
in
am
that
interested
one too.
because you see, two things are happening. Either the Tong is going after them because they're weakened, and that's how nature works. You always hit someone when they're down, or it's someone else going after them besides the Tong. So either way, it'd be best for us to find out which one it is. Is it the Tong or is there another player who
I
sat down at the table?
grant that that's an interesting question. I'm certainly willing to try and look into it if you think we need to know.
Well, we don't like the Italians, and so
No,
getting rid of
that's
having them
true. Partly
being
because they
demised
don't
would
like
be.
us.
I feel better about that already. So having them out of the way would be good, and if I can get somebody else to do the work for us, so much the better.
Having them out of the way, good. The tongue, stronger. Maybe not all that bad. Some unsuspected third player trying to take advantage of the confusion. Yeah, we probably do want to find out about that if we can.
You never have too much information,
That is true.
so you ought to make that an aspect.
I tend to just say knowledge is power, but I'm not disagreeing with you. Can you think of anything else urgent at the moment, since
No,
that was all my news?
no. The only other thing about it is maybe like Simpsons should we ever put them on a boat or something and have them go around where that reef is supposedly growing and do some samples, see if we got all the sugar larvae.
Yes, you should tell him that's why he's going there.
It might possibly be better to send somebody else to take samples and just have him do the lab work. I
Okay.
don't know that I don't know that he'd think going back to that part of the world is such a wonderful idea.
It is very close to where he had his encounter, yes.
But he'd be in the water, not on land. Totally different.
Yeah.
So that adventure started for him when there were reports of enormous jellyfish, a huge shoal of them floating towards the Florida coast. And it turned out that those were Shoggoth.
Well, I don't know who you're going to get to send to do it, because guess what? It's not going to be me.
No ideas off the top of my head.
And if you want to send a companion to do it, well, you better hope there's nothing bad going on there. Otherwise, it'll end up like your companion.
Yeah, which, unless you've got certain sorts of mystery skills, is not not very
particularly
useful. And he, earlier in his, earlier in our association, he has, he was known to say more than once that, yeah, there's advantages to it, but there's advantages to still being alive, too.
Yeah, his biggest disadvantage, you can't do a high five.
Well, actually,
He can.
it would. It would be
very
rather a waste of a...
Yeah, it
Very
takes a
well.
lot
Stuff
of
that he
effort,
could.
but yes. He is at least a little bit poltergeisty.
Yes. I'm
Okay, it's hard to do a high
Yes.
five.
right.
Yes.
I'm really tempted to sometime have him write a note to Annie while she's watching, but that would be kind of
Fun.
unkind to her.
Fun, it'd be kind of fun.
In some ways, yes. Still, I'm not sure I feel like being.
Well, so-
I'm not sure I feel like disturbing her worldview that extensively.
So I guess we should start an investigation on this quote murder of this
you're
poor
probably
unfortunate.
right. I will. I
Okay,
can at least,
nobody has to make an empathy roll on that. Everybody,
Yeah, that was.
everybody who heard you say that knows you're being sarcastic.
Well, that'd probably just be me and Jack, because I doubt anybody's listening in on the. Well, there might be telephone opera. Probably not. Not between.
They don't make a habit of listening
Okay.
in unless they think there's a reason to.
So,
However, there might be a servant or two within earshot.
That's
chance.
absolutely true.
Who might even fail to notice that Jack's being sarcastic.
No,
No
from
idea.
the sounds of it.
and you know,
Uh,
we try to figure out when Baba Yaga is going to be her maiden form, and then we go back to Russia and see if we can, mend some fences, build some
Poss-
foundations,
that's a possibility. I would.
build
I
some
would
bridges.
want to plan it very carefully. Or, well, truthfully, Edgy doesn't really want to plan it at all. And I'm not sure he's going to admit that to Jack right at the
Okay.
moment. Anyway, I can check with the newspaper and see which precinct they got the news from. That'll give us a place to start. We do know about at least a couple people in the police department that would probably be willing to give us more information than got into the papers. Anyway, I will talk to you when you get back to the Century Club, or you know how to reach me if there's anything urgent.
Well, you're going to work on investigating. You're going to have anyone go with you? I mean, I don't think this is really Annie's ball of wax. I think
No,
we kinda
if I decide I need to go in
mysteries.
person, I'll see how busy Rick is. This shouldn't be a mystery sort of thing. Just having someone to watch my back would be likely the most helpful.
Okay, because I was either going to spend time at Paris or go to the library and read. I'm behind in my reading. This saving the world thing's putting a crimp in my schedule.
Yeah, I don't know of any reason I urgently need your help, at least not yet. If it
Okay.
gets to where we need
Yes,
to
they're very sticky.
Yeah.
if it gets to where we need to infiltrate some mob hangout without being noticed, I'll definitely call you. But just trying to get a little more information on the guy who got off, I'm not too worried.
Well, it's more information on him, but what was he doing? How was he killed?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah,
Was that stabbed to death? One neat stab, and if so, was it from the back or the front, or was it a whole bunch of stab wounds?
and how was it done? Professionally or poorly?
Yeah.
Can you tell what kind of a weapon it is? Can you feel what kind of knife it was? I mean, is it?
That I might need to go look at the body myself.
You're gonna have to look at the
one
body.
step at a time. Yes.
You're gonna have to look at the body. If you need help getting into the morgue, just let me know, because the doors are always open.
Right. But might be able to do this completely straightforwardly.
That sounds boring.
I'm sure you would think so. Yes.
All right.
But I'm gonna be in New York City either by myself at the library or I'm gonna be with Paris. But we're gonna try to stay sort of within range.
All right.
So just in case.
I will try. If I need to reach you, I'll try the radio first.
All right. Well, have a great day. Thanks for the news.
Yep. You too.
All right.
So, let's see. Calling with the offices of whichever paper it was, it would be very
Have to visit
straightforward.
this attorney general guy.
Oh, the consul general.
Consul
Yeah.
General.
Consul general. I have to pay him a visit.
The consulate is on Russian soil.
Which has not stopped Jack from going there before at least twice.
But
Right. It would technically already be a violation of you're not supposed to go back to Russia and whether Jack feels like going there anyway is not
Fly
immediately
over
my
it on
problem.
an airplane and see what happens.
They probably wouldn't notice. I doubt they have.
I don't think they have an airspace variance, so the people haven't really thought about that yet. Where
And they probably don't have the gear to have any idea who is in an airplane that happens to fly
fly
over.
over it, yes. Okay, so you were making a phone call, you
To
said.
whichever paper I saw the report in.
It was in the Times.
Okay, so
and Shadow hasn't been formed yet.
Right.
So you're just calling the general.
I'm calling I'm
desk.
calling their desk. You know, whoever's
UFO,
answering the phone
The
because
British
I don't know
series,
who I
Shadow,
want to talk
Supreme
to. Yeah.
Headquarters, Alien
Okay.
Defense Organization.
Hello, New York Times. How may I help you?
I first saw it in Spanish.
Could you tell
Would be
me who
wild.
would be handling
weird.
crime reporting for the morning
You
edition?
should have seen the original Star Trek in Spanish.
Sure.
Spock had this really high, squeaky voice.
Okay.
I'm sure the boy was just thrilled with that.
Why were you speaking in Spanish?
I was living in Mexico.
Oh, okay.
How's your Spanish?
Reasonably good. It's not that young.
I make use of, hablo poco español and más despacio, por favor, and that
No.
sort of thing. A
No,
lot.
I just say things like people Pendale.
All right. So yes, that would be Jane Wayside. She is currently on the crime desk.
Would it be possible to transfer my call to her?
Certainly. Who should I say is calling?
John Francis Atherton.
All right.
And I have no idea if she's, this is not to the person I'm talking
Right.
to. I have no idea if she's likely to have heard of me or not. I don't, at this point.
Do you have
care.
stunt?
I don't have or stunt. I don't want it.
Never heard of you then.
So make an academics roll.
You always tell me you're a protege of Captain Karkin. Yeah, probably
Really?
I am.
That's a good rule.
That would be fantastic. What was I rolling?
Academics.
Right. Okay. Yes.
But,
sorry. Why was I?
Why were you rolling? Okay. A, there was no byline on that article. It was just a tiny little article.
Mhm.
There was no byline on it. B, you've read the New York Times for years, and that's not the name of the person that you've seen on other crime articles.
Okay.
So she must be new
That
on the desk.
may be. I'll.
Anyway,
Right now
so
I'm playing this.
a few
playing
moments
this-
later, you hear a woman's voice saying, "Hello, New York Times crime desk."
My name is John Francis Edgerton. I saw the story about,
Do you have more details on one of our crime stories?
I'm afraid I don't at this point. I was hoping you would be willing to share one detail with me.
I put everything in the article that, in any article that we know. We try to be as informative as possible. Which story is this?
About the apparent murder of, and I give the guy's name.
Apparent murder? He was stabbed to death.
Well, depending
Little
on
Louis.
the nature.
Little Louis
Yes.
Salvatore.
Little Louis Salvatore, yes, depending on the location and other things about the wound or wounds, I suppose it's always possible it could have been a suicide. But I have a very, very simple question that wasn't in the article.
I usually there are certain things that the police want to keep quiet during their investigation, and I put in as much as I can in the articles.
I'm sure.
But you can ask away.
Okay,
Yes.
use
I probably-
rapport to try to charm it out of her.
Not even there yet. I would simply like to know
Okay.
which precinct you heard about this from.
I actually get stuff like this from the public information office, not a specific precinct. But I can tell you that the body was found in an alley in Chinatown.
Sounds like the Irish
It-
then.
Possibly if they're trying to find somebody.
Come on, what's
But-
wrong with you? He said Chinatown. It's obviously the Japanese. They're all the same, right?
Uh, I
No
will
one
thank
suspects the Spanish Inquisition.
I will thank her for the information
Fear.
and say
Three may win.
if,
You're surprised.
if I
Four
do
may win.
turn up any
You're surprised.
additional
red
evidence,
uniform.
I will
Weaponry.
certainly
Bright red uniform.
I will certainly inform the Times of anything that the police don't object to my sharing.
All right.
That,
Well, she says, have a good day,
Mm-hmm.
and hangs up on you.
and at this point, I'm going
Did you use rapport on her?
No.
No, he did not.
Well, gee.
I got in,
Players are
I
allowed
got
to
enough
play
of the
their characters
information
as
I
they want.
wanted that I'm not bothering to exert myself further in that direction at the moment. I'm going to quit doing stuff by phone. Presumably, I know what I don't know whether I don't know the relative sizes of Chinatown as it was then, and the various precincts that the city's divided up into for policing purposes. I don't know if Chinatown is several precincts or just one, or included in one, or what.
Well, Edgy might. Mark
Yes,
obviously doesn't.
yes, Martin doesn't. Edgy might win.
And he did an academics role, you would know.
That's yes. Dealt with the police before. I've lived in New York for a while. I
Plus,
have
you
your
have
private
you have a private
investigator's
investigator's
license.
license.
That's right. It
And
would
you
be
roll a plus
useful
three.
to know
Jeez.
this sort of thing. Yes, I'm doing not all of my academics roles, but several of my academics roles I've gotten fantastic on today. And no doubt it's using up the good roles now, and it doesn't matter too much yet.
So, Chinatown is one underserved precinct, basically.
Then that makes it very easy. I will go to the main station to that precinct.
Okay.
likely to be the only station in that precinct.
Yes, it is. All right, you're there. There's a, you go in. There's like a desk with a police sergeant in uniform sitting behind it.
Half asleep.
No.
At this hour of the morning, he's probably perfectly wide awake. It's not the night shift.
Yeah. Yes, sir. How may I help you?
Could you tell me who is in charge of the little Louis Salvatore case?
What is your interest in this case?
It is possible that I have some. It is possible that I have some useful information. I hate to say too confidently, but
Well, if you have information regarding the case, you can tell me. I will write it down and get it to the detective in charge.
now,
Now that you put your foot in your mouth,
no, I'll not put my foot in my mouth. Nearly not trivially easy to talk to the person I want to talk to.
Yes, this stream is sponsored by Crunch and Munch.
They just don't know
and
it.
Super Chill. Both available at reasonable prices at the Dollar Tree.
At the Dollar Tree, yeah. Wait, Super Chill is at the Dollar at your Dollar Tree?
Yeah.
We have Fago and
Oh.
something else. I don't
Oh,
know.
you're right. This is a cup.
Ah, thought so.
That's a dollar.
Okay, well, that's pretty good.
Yeah. Orange isn't bad.
That doesn't look good.
No, like exactly the same.
Karma is
like,
catching up.
well, the law of averages at least.
See what he used that.
Never mind.
That's what I think before.
So Laurel, how is the sound? Is there that really annoying sound on it? I haven't been monitoring the sound for the stream.
That is really annoying. 3 -2s in a row, the second and third exactly the same dice.
All right, so I need to know what aspects you're using here.
First one was knowledge is power.
Never good enough.
Second one is the games of thought. I haven't gotten to never good enough yet, although that would definitely be an obvious choice for the next one.
Strike. Strike two. Go for the third.
And this is your trying. Wow.
What I am trying right now is
Is a
empathy, because I
No,
would like
Rapport.
You're trying. Empathy is reading the
I know.
person.
I'm
What are you trying to get from
I'm
that?
trying to get a sense of what approach would be most useful before I try rapport.
All right.
This one I am.
Well, you only dropped in your 2 feet points, right?
Yes.
So
This is
don't assume there's gonna be a third one. And you already used your 2 aspects, so.
Well, he's got more than
He's
two
got more
aspects.
than 2
I've got
aspects.
nearly half as many aspects as I should have.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Did he take me with him?
No, he didn't say he did.
What?
I did not. Not
Okay.
on this. Not on this.
Okie doke.
There are 5 different locations. That's
Yep.
situation normal.
Actually, Annie and Rick might still both be at the Century Club, so that would be only 4 locations. That's
They may not be in the same room as the
probably not. Knowledge is power. Plus reroll.
Anyway, I'm going down to the science lab and seeing the remains of that giant meat one that Jack brought there. Forgot to refrigerate.
They're not going to leave something rotting in the science
I
lab.
think that had already been taken care of.
Yeah.
Well, they threw it in
Yes.
a freezer or something. right?
Yeah.
If they have a large enough freezer, that would certainly be one thing.
Yes, the science lab has plenty of stuff like that.
Okay.
So, yes.
It's a science.
I'm going to give up on re-rolling for a moment and just bump it up to as if it were a wash. That would be fair. What do I need?
So what is your goal here?
My goal is to
You're
some sense
using
of how
empathy
he
to
feels
find
about
out
it. What would
What a
what
good
would likely
approach
be a
is.
good approach?
But a good
I'd
approach
rather
to
on-
get what? What are you looking for?
I
You want to talk to the detective in
the guy
charge?
who's handling the case directly. I don't want to tell this desk sergeant
So,
that I might have some useful information, but I need information from him first.
well, so far you've already told him that you might have useful
Right.
information.
But it's that second bit that I'd rather not go through any middlemen that I can possibly avoid.
Right. So this guy seems to be the kind of person who would never give you that information. You are just a general member of the public.
And
To him right now,
right.
he does not know
Not
that
for-
you're a private investigator.
Yeah,
He doesn't know
I
that you're a
definitely wanna be-
member, that you are an agent of the Bureau of Industry and Security.
That's less likely to be useful because so many people haven't even heard of it.
Yes, they've never heard of that particular organization, so it's not
Okay.
especially helpful.
And edgy a fate point from the pile.
Okay.
All right,
what are-
let's see.
I am compelling him to use rapport to try to get the name of the person actually handling the case. You're gonna sweet talk this guy
All right.
so well.
What
that he's gonna
aspect are
give-
you tagging of his?
Knowledge is power.
All right.
So have
Are
him-
you accepting the compel?
I will accept the compel. Should I specify what I'm saying?
Make the
Make the
roll.
roll.
I mean, if you roll a -4,
Yes, don't bother. Yes. That's certainly better. That also is fair, and if I have the sense that
That's-
it would be
but-
better, I can bump it up one.
your rapport is that mediocre?
My rapport is at mediocre. I have empathy at fair, rapport at mediocre. That's why I don't use it routinely.
all right. So you're trying to convince him to give you the name of
Right.
the detective
Right.
in charge.
Then use the fate point and go
Yes,
to great.
that's and I will tell him I have a private investigator's license. I cross paths with other people who may be in the same gang. It really might help if I could talk to the detective handling the case.
All right. Show me your private investigator's
Which, of course,
license.
I have on me.
Yes. So he writes down this information, name, your PI license information. All right. What I will do is I will give this to the detective in charge, and he will get in touch with you
Excellent.
if
Uh,
he is interested. I will tell him that you
Right.
feel that you have information that's related to the case, and we can. He will work it from there.
and I will say the best way to reach me is simply.
No, he
Okay.
will figure it out.
Okay. Yeah.
You're a private investigator. You have to have
You
certain
have to have
pieces of
certain
information.
contact information on file.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So.
You don't need to give me anything more than what you just given.
Okay.
By the way, for you, it's going to be the Century Club.
Yeah. Yeah. What I was going to say. Yeah.
Well, thank you for helping, and have a good day, sir.
You too. So, I am going to try one other thing since I'm in Chinatown anyway.
All right.
Want to speak?
Hey, Dane. Hello. Thank you for the host. All right, you're in Chinatown anyway. So, what are you going to try?
Go into go go into a particular shop that we've been in before.
A
All right.
drugstore, you mean?
Yep.
The
Herbalist.
Chinese herbalist, which is
Uh-huh.
above the Hong Kong Import-Export Company.
Yep. Oh, I might even. Who's on the?
Who's on first?
Who's on second?
What's the-
No.
One second.
I don't know.
Who's at the
Third base.
counter or whatever at the Hong Kong Import Company? I mean, who is?
Well, okay, you were going to the herbalist, there's an exterior stairway that
Ah,
goes up
okay,
there. You don't
sure.
have to go through
Okay.
the Hong Kong
Right,
Import-Export
I've forgotten
Company.
the layout.
You
Okay,
can go through there, but it's not necessary.
Yeah. Okay, so I will go up to the herbalist and see who's there presently.
It's a little old lady working the counter.
Nah.
Make an investigation roll.
Sure.
How's your Mandarin Chinese?
Actually, since I know I read it, so probably I speak
Oh,
it
Hong
passively.
Kong, you speak Cantonese.
Yeah, that's the thing. There might be people that know Mandarin, but not everybody.
They're very different languages.
Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah, but
please
it's the language of
please roll your
literary
investigation.
classics.
No,
It's-
but they would know it.
That's
Just
It's
so-
a visual matter.
that's true. It's all the same form written. So okay, so if
They're so different than Cantonese.
focus sense bonus for sight applies, that would be awe-inspiring. Only epic for things I don't have the focus sense.
I believe that's good enough.
That's a pretty good roll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, so far I'm mostly rolling high on the things I'm good at anyway, and low where a good
Let me
roll
just-
would really
Yes.
help because I'm weak
So
on
this
it.
isn't actually a little old lady. It's somebody about your age.
Might it by
guess
any
who?
chance be?
Well,
is
you
it
you,
young?
you rolled one shift on them, so you got what you got.
Okay.
She has suspicions.
Yeah, I have suspicions. So I will start off with in English. So I understand that last night was very unfortunate for a poor Italian gentleman somewhere in this area.
I don't know what you're referring to, Mr. Edgerton. And she speaks just like, I mean, her voice is the voice of a little old lady.
Mm-hmm. But she called me by name. So
Yes, she did, but you've been here before.
I know.
You're a good customer.
Yes, that's
In
true.
fact, I think you've bought stuff here.
Yeah, so
Yes.
I definitely have. It's the most convenient source for some ingredients.
Did you forget to take your PI badge off?
No,
I
it's
don't
not a
have a
badge. It's
badge. I have
it's
one.
an identification
It's a
card
it's a
with
laminate.
information.
Well,
You didn't tape it on your shirt.
Unremarkable looking wallet card, which I leave in my wallet.
Yes.
Um, from what
So
the-
there's a door sort of at the
Mhm,
far end of the room from the entry door. Somebody comes through the door. They're a fairly large Chinese gentleman. He goes up to the little old lady and whispers in her ear, and she says, no, and waves him away.
So,
You
doesn't
missed an opportunity to fight this guy.
That's not an opportunity I especially want just now.
And
I
he
don't
leaves,
see
he
how-
actually
I
goes
should
back out
compel
through the
him.
door that he just came in.
It was in the
If
morning.
you
Yeah.
if you want to roll an empathy roll on that, you certainly may.
Actually, the empathy. In fact, come to think of it, I don't even need to roll. When she said, "I don't know what you're talking about," was that
stunned.
true, or was she lying?
It's true.
Okay, interesting.
Make an academics roll. Make an academics roll.
I'm on it. And
That's not bad.
That's decent again. That gets me superb.
You realize that the person was not found last night. He was found yesterday during the day. She just told the truth. Because you.
Yes, I misspoke. It was perhaps earlier in the day rather than last night as such. I believe the gentleman's name was.
Louis Salvatore.
Yes.
So yes, your skeptics here doesn't work when people are telling
Yes.
the truth.
Yes. Or it doesn't work when I phrase the question so as to facilitate someone lying to me. without
She did
lying.
not lie.
Okay, someone telling very misleading truths to me because I
No.
asked the wrong question.
Yes, you asked the wrong question,
Yeah,
and you
and-
got the wrong answer.
Okay, so
No,
I
Perfectly right answer to the wrong question.
Yes, fine. What
It
what
doesn't-
is your
it-
interest in
it
this?
doesn't
Why would you
Make the
care?
investigation move forward.
The immediate reason I care is simply that I would like to know specifically where it happened. I had
I don't
I
think
will-
that's any of your business.
You know, let this woman talk to you like that, boy.
And by the way, she doesn't think it's any of your business.
Sure,
Your
I
skeptics here is
I
like,
didn't
nope, that she
really
does,
know.
definitely believes that it's none of your business where this person was killed.
She just didn't say, you know,
I can
bought everything out
understand
of the
your
statement,
feeling
that's all.
that way, but I don't see why there's any risk to you or your associates in my simply knowing where it happened.
If
where
I
the
told
body
you
was found.
where, what? No, that's not what you asked.
All right, where the body was found. We'll start with that.
Fine. The body was found about 3 blocks from here in an alley.
And does she give me more precise
No.
information about
She-
I will freely admit that I would like to examine that location.
Why? Once again, I don't think it's any of your business. Maybe you would like to leave now.
Very simply, Shadow Jack has considerable interest in what the Italian organization is up to, as you no doubt know, and I am searching for information because he considers it his business.
It is not. You're lying. Is she a skeptic here?
She does not have skeptics here.
That's too bad.
And besides which, on that particular one, Edgy doesn't know that he's lying. From the way Jack talked about it, he considers it his business,
No.
quote unquote.
No,
is a
I did not say that.
plausible-
Did not say that. You just remember.
I didn't say that you said exactly that. From what you did say, Edgy could infer that Jack considers it his business. He may be inferring wrong, but it's still plausible.
Yeah, you're inferring wrong.
If Jack wants to know something about that, I suppose he could ask me himself.
I'll pass that along.
I owe you nothing. Maybe you would like to leave now.
Probably. And indeed, I do.
Fine. All right.
Yes.
She doesn't prevent you.
I didn't think she would. Yes, and in an alley about 3 blocks from here is too large an area for me to be willing to investigate every alley that might well fit that description.
Sherlock Holmes would.
Probably, but I have hopes of getting that information and perhaps other useful information fairly soon from a different source. I'm not going to do the check every alley that it might perhaps be yet.
Just to irritate everybody listening to the stream. Or maybe to prevent it from
Shutting down. because
shutting
the
down in the
battery is
next
dead.
20 minutes, yeah.
Power source.
Yes, the power source. I will be right back.
It works better if you plug it in.
True of many devices.
Does the tower squid have the red light on?
I can't see the.
Here.
It's down there.
Yes, it does.
Oh, that powers.
So, speaking of
I
cable
didn't say
being
switch,
plugged
I
in,
said squid.
Squid.
Yes, and I'm familiar with the term, but didn't expect to see the item in question.
cable is a way of making sure the USB cable can't fall out inside my program. So now, if they're out, it means somebody moved them.
You know the problem with making something foolproof, right?
Never underestimate the ingenuity.
He's
No.
not attempting foolproof.
I'm not attempting to foolproof.
He's attempting alarmed.
I'm just letting me know that somebody did it, that's all.
That's like when I'm traveling, I don't lock my suitcase. I just put a zip tie through the zipper, so if they open it, I see that. You put on another zip tie.
That's not a bad idea.
The best you can do sometimes, considering that they object to an actual lock, at least if you're traveling by air.
Yeah, if the TSA opens your bag, they'll leave a piece of paper in there saying TSA is inspecting this bag.
Yeah, that's what they do all the time.
Yeah.
Fuckers. Nothing in there, but
Next time, pack dirty
All right,
laundry.
so you have left the Chinese
put a dead
herbalist.
skunk in there.
Where are you going from there?
Um, back to
Home to take a nap?
back to the Century Club, but basically we'll see who gets a hold of me first. Someone from the police station or Jack.
All right.
Give you none of the above.
It was sort of lunchtime-ish while you were doing this.
You going to have a late lunch back at the Century
Why
Club?
not?
Anybody else doing anything?
So, since Jack up,
Only bringing up.
Jack up, oh, go ahead.
Okay.
You're back. Early.
Yeah, very quick. Left and came back the next day. Much better than some
Not
other.
previous times, yes.
Yeah. And what was Jack doing?
Well, since Jack got up at 11,
Yeah.
he didn't really get ready to do anything until noon. So, Paris, would you like to have lunch? Well, you might call it lunch. I'm going to call it breakfast. In the city? Or
Here.
here? Okay.
The chef has already started preparations, so I wouldn't want to.
Well, I was just gonna spend some, me time in the library, but if you have something else you'd like to do with me,
This afternoon, not really. I didn't even know you were going to be here, so I already made plans to go shopping. I mean, if you want to go shopping with me, that would be fine. No, I know you don't really enjoy shopping with me.
why not?
Shuma, thank you for the host. Hi. So, yeah, you can go to the library if that's what you want to do. After lunch.
No. I'll go shopping with you, and then I'll go to the library.
Okay.
It's,
Won't the library be closed after we're done shopping? She actually kind of chuckles. She knows that you go to the library after it's closed a lot.
well, you know that I have a part-time job there, right?
A real part-time job?
A real part-time job.
Oh. Oh, okay. So,
I called Cornelia,
yes, to let her know that you're back.
let her know I'm back. Asked her if she'd like to get together this evening.
Ah, yes, certainly.
Do you want me to pick you up and do so at what time?
7.
Okay. What would you like to do?
Let's see, it is Saturday night. Let's
Yes.
go to the Cobalt Club.
Okay.
Oi, oik, welcome to the stream. You know, I don't really think this is epic, but if you do, that's fine. Okay, whoever just said hello, Kevin, in chat, I cannot read your name. It must be white or something like that, because it's not showing up. Yeah, I just plugged the USB cable in about 5 minutes ago. Up until then, there really wasn't any warbling, but now there is. Now it's warbling again.
It's a feature.
Oh, it's Igneal. All right. Hello, Igneal. Your name is white. My background is white. I cannot see your name. But yes, it's kind of an annoying warbling sound. Yeah. Well, Laurel, if you could look on Amazon to see if you could find a really well shielded USB cable that's about 4 or 5 feet long, something like that. That would be great.
Yeah, if you find a short one, you can use the battery.
Okay, that's true.
What you need is a nice, quiet, linear power supply. It's 5 volts. That's how USB uses.
Anyway, so let's see. Yes, Cornelia wants you to pick her up at 7.
Yep.
So, and you're willing to go shopping with Paris.
Hey, I haven't done this in a while. It'll make her happy. That way, when we have to go on another adventure and screw her life up, I can say,
You build up some positive karma.
yes.
All right.
It's not like that has ever happened before.
Yeah.
Besides, her servants will be much, much relieved that I'm carrying around old bags and boxes instead of them.
Mm-hmm. So the day goes on and nobody is contacting you. Edgy.
That's fine.
I could have predicted that one.
Well, I mean, we just found out Jack is going shopping with Paris,
Yep.
and I can tell you the detective isn't contacting you today.
Because I may know something from a private investigator is tenuous.
Yeah, it's not it's not
pursuit.
floating to the top of this detective's priority queue.
Sure.
Is Annie doing anything today?
I thought I'd actually. Oh, it's the weekend though.
It is Saturday.
Probably just gathering some new clothes because, well, most of my wardrobe is out there. And then.
So by gathering new clothes, are you going shopping?
Yeah,
All right.
but
Bump into her? Is her shopping?
You are shopping. I'm not sure you're
I'm
shopping at
not
the same
sure
sort of
we're
place.
shopping at the same sort of place.
Oh,
I'm
come
looking
on.
around the
Rather
rack
than
stuff.
What's your resource in that?
It isn't a matter of resources.
What is it at though? That's a simple question. One word answer. Good, fair, great, something.
My resources are good.
Okay, it's
Yeah, I don't think she.
You could always
No.
book Watkins
Plus,
Point to help.
plus Paris is, I mean, there are places that you go that have, you go and sit in a room and you describe to them what it is that you're looking for, and the personal shoppers will go out into the store.
well, that's one way to do it. But I've used a personal shopper, and they look at you, and they run out and grab stuff, and they bring it to you, and they show it to you, and you pick things you like, and things you don't like.
But you are in one of those rooms for a lot of this, you and Paris, whereas Annie,
Just wanders around the store.
yeah, she doesn't even want that kind of clothing. She's in a completely different area of the store.
No, but she didn't get high enough. You have to be great. Well, when I was GMing, I said you have to be great or higher in resources to be in like the upper crest.
Yeah.
The only reason Jack gets in there, well, he's two reasons. One, he's got Paris, and two, he's got that Knight of the British Empire
Yes.
going for him. Ooh, a real knight?
So you're shopping, you buy, your resources is high enough, I'm not even gonna make you roll, because you're not buying the fancy ball gowns or
No,
whatever.
Some practical clothing.
Yes, practical clothing,
Diamonds, sapphires.
with pockets,
Yes.
and
First with pockets.
attachment points, and, you know, things like that, or that can be easily upgraded to have attachment points.
So you're gonna look like, kinda like Wonder Woman did in the movie when she finally got some clothes that worked.
Is,
Probably not as concerned about how high I can kick in.
More
It's
like
good.
Agatha.
Well, she finally got a uniform that worked.
Yes, she did.
You know, this took a while.
is Rick spending his day doing anything? Or just hanging out? Because no one's telling you anything. Other than that you can't go back to Russia right now.
Ignorance is bliss. I checked my wallet. I've got a great sum of money. And,
Do you go out carousing?
no, I don't go carousing. I spend time checking, cleaning, sharpening.
I thought you were gonna go gambling in a Chinese gambling house in Chinatown.
No.
Why would he do that?
I had no idea.
Why would I do that? I would personally rather take one of those cruise ships that goes 3 miles offshore and have a legal drink and gamble. But no,
You're
I'm
getting your stuff cleaned and ready.
I'm getting my stuff cleaned and ready because I don't know the next time I'm gonna have to kill something.
Never again. Life is fine.
Idyllic.
Yes, idyllic. It's there's never going to be a need for violence ever again.
When the workers' paradise takes over?
Absolutely.
Of course, then you'd
I'm getting
have
sick to my
Schlock
stomach
saying,
here, okay?
well, need is too strong a word, I just want violence.
Yes.
By the way, we have about a day and a half.
Or
Until the,
what? Oh.
until the,
Until your boat comes back?
No, before Lennon dies.
Oh, that's right. He's already actually dying. He's very, very ill.
Wasn't me.
Didn't say it
There-
was.
yeah, there is that loose end.
The ill one?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
That's
I'm
a
not
different adventure.
I'm not there.
That's why I'm cleaning guns and sharpening knives. I'm not there either.
I've only figured out one way to get them. And that's it. That's all I got.
That would be a useful thing to do this afternoon.
Okay. What?
Dig out the ill tracker and see what it has to say.
All right. Make a
Falls out
mysteries
of
roll.
Stephen's closet.
You know what you need two of those things so you can triangulate it.
I can get an approximation of distance out if I roll them, though.
Yeah, but if you can triangulate, you can hit right there, you know. Unless he's in another dimension, if he hasn't done that before.
No.
Yeah, just stick with that.
No.
I really want to know. Thor, the evildoer?
Know thine enemies. Okay, so I have James. That gets me to legendary. What's my base time for this?
It is. It's not that long. And you're going with
It's a pendulum like thing.
yeah, but the map is the world map.
Yes.
But it's not especially big. 15 seconds. You're just kind of looking around.
Sure, I'll spend the 4 shifts.
A minute
Or 15, 30.
or 15, 30. All right, so you
Spend half an hour.
half an hour. With
Which
James
gives me-
sitting next to you, being extremely bored, by the way, because you're just like holding a pendulum over a map.
I think it shifted there.
You got like +2.
Oh my goodness. Well, that's certainly
What are
good
you
enough.
map dowsing for?
Ill.
He's in Moscow.
I'd be sort of, well, if he's there to make trouble for somebody in Moscow, they probably
Why do you
deserve
think
it.
Lenin's dying?
Why do you think Lenin's dying?
Oh, that,
Huh?
yeah.
Of a hemorrhagic fever, if I remember correctly.
Gee, I wonder who caused that. Terrible that he got ill. So
Yes, it is terrible how ill he is.
Yes.
Well, if
Suddenly
that's,
got ill. You know?
if that's what ill is there for, I'm inclined to feel like they deserve each other.
Hey, you know, people hire him to kill bad people and good people, so
Yeah, he's kind of indiscriminate.
he
that
really
way.
doesn't care. I mean,
He's an equal opportunity assassin.
Yes.
that's right. You know.
Yes. If there
He does
were,
not discriminate.
He didn't care about those 60 million people that died, for instance,
No.
whether they're good or bad or whatever.
As long as he got his target.
Or his money.
His money.
Well, yes.
Or his money.
I understand.
See, that's a good reason to go to Russia now.
it's a reason.
It's a good reason. Hey,
If we had a decent chance of picking up his trail, it would be a good reason.
hey, if we go to Russia and Baba Yaga gets mad at us, we'll say that we're here to get the guy who killed the leader of Russia. She actually might not be so mad at us.
That's the point. We could certainly try that argument.
I mean, it makes sense.
Could we perhaps send her a telegram first?
You personally, I'd be.
Yeah,
I'm
I
not
don't
sure
know.
where you'd send
Yeah.
that
Where
telegram.
am I sending the telegram?
Yeah,
To the house on Chicken Legs.
Yeah,
Easy to find.
could you be a little more specific?
The one out in the forest somewhere.
somewhere.
White chicken legs or black or gray? I mean,
Deep fried.
Personally, my temptation would
baked
be
or
to
fried?
walk up to the border
Buffalo wings?
and go knock on it.
You can't knock on a border.
Yes,
It
you
depends
can.
on the good.
Okay.
If
You
it's
stop the
someplace
ground.
that happens
We get a
to be
door
a
for
wall
back
or a
up.
fence,
You do a Bugs Bunny.
A folding
So-
door.
And you know,
Wily
I
fairy
could be
door.
mystically knocking on the border.
sure, that you certainly could if you felt like it.
I'm sure everybody who thought there were no more loose ends now realizes how wrong they were.
You
I
notice
didn't
how?
think there were none. I just couldn't remember what they were.
No,
And
notice how I didn't comment at all on that.
I figured, you know,
There's
I
always
figured
things
I'm
it
still
was
not saying
bound to
anything
turn
that I'm
up
concerned with.
eventually.
Well, that's fine.
Well, when Jack finds out that Ill's there, he's gonna want to go there.
Yeah.
It's personal.
What was it? His
Grandfather.
grandfather? Jack's grandfather that
Yeah.
Ill
Yeah.
killed? Yeah.
That would definitely be
He
personal.
killed him just to piss me off.
Well,
It worked.
It did.
That, you know, that might not have been his best plan. I mean, I don't see. the
hasn't
technical
blown up in his
value.
face yet.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he's
Yes.
gotten to laugh at Jack a couple of times since then.
Yes. So he ran like a pretty good after it failed the presidential assassination.
Yeah, well.
Who's laughing now?
So far, he's been successful at running away. If
No.
he considers it a working strategy,
No.
he may still be left.
No, he's still winning. Because as long as he's still out there able to kill people, he wins and I'm losing.
Yeah.
So, you have a piece of information that you could be sharing with everybody. You have a piece of information that
Sort of.
Annie is blissfully ignorant.
Yes.
Yes. And now with his power, ignorance is bliss. Would you rather be powerful or happy?
My favorite is still knowledge is power. Power corrupts. Study hard, be evil.
Evil, yes.
All right. It's getting on about supper time for
Mhm.
the characters. I don't know how many hours you spend sharpening and cleaning, disassembling and reassembling.
And wondering what the hell people are doing.
Oh, late afternoon, I wander over to the Century Club to see who's about.
Okay. Where are you doing this? In your room or in the engineering workshop?
I'll use the workshop.
Okay.
Housekeeping gets pissy when you have gun grease on the sheets.
That's actually true.
Yes. The little voices told me to stay home and work on my guns today.
Okay. Well, that's a little scary, but
I'm just quoting.
yeah, and you find a full set of clothes. It's,
I'm probably back.
yeah, I mean, it only took you a couple of hours.
Yep.
Um,
It's not like I think I have to clean up nice or anything, right?
no, absolutely. So,
And wanders over to the Century Club around supper time.
Late afternoon.
Late afternoon.
Late afternoon.
Okay, sure.
all right. So you're there. I don't know where you're hanging out, waiting for people to contact you, but
Probably somewhere on the main floor where it would be,
Okay.
ground floor where it would be easy to find me.
all right. Yeah, there's
Wherever it
a
is that the newspapers
there's,
show up.
yeah, there's a sitting room, common room sort of area very near the entrance, just
Sure.
past the foyer.
That would be a good place.
There are books, there's stacks of newspapers.
Mhm.
I mean, it's not the library, but you know, there's stuff to read, including all of today's newspapers from New York City, and there are
Probably
various
some
other
other
newspapers for
places,
other
yeah.
places that
Yeah.
get delivered as well.
At the very least, they have time to
So
belong.
yeah, when you walk in, there's Edgy over there sitting in a chair reading a newspaper.
Hello, Edgy.
Hello.
Any
Did you
idea
say-
where everybody else is?
What time of the day is it?
About 3 in the afternoon.
When I called at when I called shortly after I talked with you, Jack was at Harris's place. From the fact that I haven't heard anything since then, I'm guessing they went somewhere, late lunch, shopping. That's just a guess. I haven't seen Annie. I think I saw Rick go by carrying a fair bit of stuff.
It was a sort of black bag about this
Right.
long. and
Yes.
that-
Carrying a large bag. He may be down in the firing range or some other place in the basements. Any new news with you?
Hills in Moscow?
Oh. If he's there to kill someone in the Russian government, I'm not sure I care, other than the possibility of getting enough of objects on him to pursue him. On the other hand, if they're hiring him to do something, that might be bad enough to
Make an
risk the
academics
persona
role.
non grata.
You're the person who's been reading the papers.
Indeed.
Okay,
I'm
make
not
a better
sure
academics
I remember
role.
any news from Russia today. Well, let's try that again.
Yeah, what is that? What would that be?
That would be mediocre.
Yeah, that's not good.
Obviously not.
It's just me, we roll.
You don't have to roll much higher than that, but mediocre is just not good enough.
No, that's not surprising.
Mediocre is like your average low information person who doesn't read the newspaper.
Well, if you only need much more, you can just use a +2 maybe.
That does seem to be
Saturday,
better
right?
odds
Yes, it is.
than a reroll tonight. Likes feels actually quite appropriate.
Saturday night.
So
It's all right for a
that
fight.
that bumps it up to fair. Is fair good enough to
Yes,
remember?
because a world leader is known to have been dying of an illness in Moscow, as a matter of fact.
So I believe that Lenin is in rather poor health. I suppose there certainly might be a connection as I think about it.
Yeah, I could see that.
So
Though, you know, in the last 2 times that you've followed, like, the story of somebody who was being killed by ill, the news reports often that they have made an almost full recovery at some point before they then die.
So in other words,
So-
it might be one of those if you'll do
Well,
this
what-
thing for me, I can cure you.
No, it's basically that if you are making a full recovery, you don't really have to worry about it, so you're not sending for more doctors or something like
Ah.
that, and then you drop dead.
Okay, right. So
So right now we're kind of at the point where Lenin is being reported as having recovered
but
or
those
making a partial recovery.
Yeah, but
Those
we've
that have
heard
some
this song before, though.
prior experience with ills ammo would be skeptical.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say, the Pope and,
Yeah. Harding, for instance,
Mm-hmm.
had made a recovery of some sort. The
Oh,
Pope made a recovery of some sort.
well, Harding also had that quack of a doctor.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure that didn't help any.
He was certainly a piece of work. All right, so yes, I just wanted to remind you that yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
And the most interesting thing I've got going on, had I already mentioned to you about little Louie?
No.
That was in the morning paper. Little Louis Salvatore, who was one of at least rumored to have been one of Big Sal's lieutenants.
No,
No, not
not a
part
lieutenant.
Part
He
of
was
his
one of the
part of
lower
his- yeah,
level.
okay. Rumored to be
Minion.
part of Big Sal's gang. Was stabbed to death sometime yesterday somewhere in Chinatown. Left a message for the detective in charge of the case that I might have more information. I'm actually hoping to get more information out of him too, but I don't seem to be on his urgent list yet. Also, is it Yen Lee? Is that the granddaughter's name?
Yes, that's right.
And also Yen Yen Lee is rather annoyed at me because I simply went into her shop and asked. Her answer boiled down. Asked if she knew anything more than was in the papers. Her answer boiled down to it's none of my business. I told her that Jack seemed to consider that it might be his business, and she said, well, Jack she might owe something to, but not me. And that's where we left that.
Yeah.
I must admit I would be more interested in a chance of actually catching Ill, who has laughed over his shoulder as he made his escape a few too many times for my peace of mind.
Oh, come on. Just because you guys walked right by him the one time and a second time actually spoke with him at length.
Yeah, those would be good examples, yes. I would be somewhat more interested in trying to go after him than getting involved in organized crime business again.
Well,
We'll see what turns up.
well, after Paris is shopping, Paris, I'm gonna go to the library. Would you like to go out tonight? Do you a go-go club?
Sure. Sounds good.
Meet you there. How about I meet you there at 7?
Meet me out front at 7?
Yeah.
Okay.
Smooth recovery. So, like that
Yeah,
next
so
time.
she would much prefer to make an entrance with Jack.
Yeah. Unescorted?
Yeah.
That's no. Would not be right. Alright, so you two have had a nice conversation.
Yep.
You're still not telling the rest of the group anything, unfortunately.
And,
That's
Well,
okay.
let's go looking for Rick. We don't know where Andy is.
Well, we
Unfortunately,
could start by asking the concierge if he's seen either of the two of them recently.
Yeah, he's like a few feet away from you, so
Yes.
you can walk over to the concierge's
Good
desk.
idea.
Hi there, yes, may I help you?
Have you seen Annie or Rick Man or Andromeda Smith recently?
Andromeda left a few hours ago. Rick Mann headed, I'm not
Downstairs.
sure where, but he's still in the building, I'm fairly certain.
I was hoping to slip out before they found me.
you always roll stealth. With those
That's
stunts.
something you can do if
With
you're
those
trying to
stunts.
hide from the rest of your party. I'm not sure.
Jack's stealth cannot
I'm
be
not
my
trying to
investigation.
hide.
He was just hoping not to be noticed. Well, not all hopes play out.
I believe he went down
can't always
into
get
one
what
of the
you want.
lower levels.
Okay.
So let's go up. And
Get to the stairs. Get to the bottom of the stairs, so we're in the basement proper. And then I will dig out my I'll dig out my watch and try and ping him.
that's a good walk. Save us some light work.
Okay. And probably just after they leave the concierge office, another area unit follows.
So
Okay.
if you don't want to be, if you don't want to answer, you just go being raised for urban renewal.
No, I expect if Rick gets a you know,
I am.
So you have to go kind of near the concierge's
No,
desk.
that's fine.
And,
I-
yeah, hello, Andromeda Smith.
Yes.
You've been just asked about moments ago.
Again?
Yes, Sir. No, it's not Sir. John Francis Edgerton and Simon Wells were looking for you. They
Oh,
just went
okay.
downstairs, actually looking for Rick Mann. In case
Okay.
you care.
Thank you. And I go up to my room to drop off
I
the packages before going down.
Yeah, that would be silly to carry a large assortment of boxes of clothing into the basement with you.
You bring him up to your room.
Yes.
Yeah. All right,
You
so
change?
you're on the pocket watch
Yes.
radio,
It's
trying to
more than
connect
a
with
day.
Rick Mann.
Yes.
Does
Does the signal get through? Okay, yes, I pick up.
We're at very close range, probably. So,
Yes.
Yeah, the only room in here that you absolutely cannot communicate via radio with is the trophy room. They finally got that place insulated well enough.
Oh, so they can keep an electric light working outside it now.
Yes.
So you were the one who came to him what you kind of
So, where are you?
I'm in the engineering workshop.
We'll be down in a moment.
okay.
So we go down and we find Rick. And I tell Rick the exciting news.
Which exciting news?
Presumably
Yeah,
the news
Moscow.
from Moscow.
Oh, Il is in
Yeah.
Moscow,
Yes.
okay.
Yeah.
I consulted the ill tracker this afternoon and he's in Moscow.
Well, good choice on his part,
Possibly.
or her part.
Oh, that's a good
Yeah, you really don't, well, you don't know what gender Il is.
Well-
He mostly appeared as male, that is true.
Well, when I kick him in the groin, how he screams will let me know.
Okay.
I've heard worse methods of investigation for that sort of case. And then I will share my equally fun and closer to home news or parts of it anyway about little Louie and trying to find out a little more specifically than in Chinatown or even about 3 blocks from in an alley about 3 blocks from a particular herb shop. Jack was interested in finding out more. I told him I'd do what I could. I will admit that I'm possibly not pushing this one as hard as I might some things.
Let's see. So, what hospital what hospital / morgue would little Louie probably have been taken to?
It
Necessarily
depends on how the crime was classified. It's not just whether it's a murder or I mean, partially it's whether it was first degree murder or not. But also if it was classified as a major crime or not, which probably not, because he wasn't really that high up in the organization. So it would have been the morgue that is local to Chinatown.
Okay.
Do you have an idea for checking on the body directly?
Well, I tell you, the body would probably be in such and such a morgue.
Alright. Seeing as,
About this time, and probably both. Someone's looking for me?
Hi, Annie.
Hey,
We're down in the engineering workshop with Rick.
okay. I'll be down
A lot of cool
shortly.
things to tell you.
That is the basement, not any of the subbasements. Just trying to remember which floor it was
so, we'll give you the probably less interesting news first and talk about little Louie and the various mob connections and speculations. And then the more interesting news.
Yes, that you go, oh, that again. My sources tell me Il is in Moscow.
I'm glad you phrased it that way.
I waved a pendulum over a map and it pointed at Moscow for
No.
That would
That's
not
where
be
Il
how
is.
Simon would tell it.
That's exactly how Simon phrases it, just to be irritating.
I'm guessing not.
No.
Okay, so your sources tell you.
Yes.
So, does that mean he's the one that caused the consulate
I doubt it.
Is
I
it
doubt
a-
it.
Okay.
We don't
It's
know
slightly
for-
more, it's significantly more likely that he has something to do with Lennon right now.
Okay.
Lennon
So-
is not feeling well. He's feeling better.
In all the
Which means
past,
he's gonna die shortly.
in all the past cases that you've been talking to me about, by the time someone dies, it was already left.
Well, he's not dead yet.
Typically, yes.
He's not dead yet.
Not dead yet, but
Which means
You
we
gotta hurry.
maybe have a window of opportunity if we want to risk trying to dive through that window just now.
Gee, are these centurions or mice?
Centurions.
Okay.
Doesn't mean we can't be aware that some things are riskier than other things.
I wanna see people nibbling on cheese here, okay?
so,
And what, and how's your day gone?
well, I got some new clothing.
Not a complete waste of
Yeah, I can see why you might want to do that.
Most of my projects are elsewhere, so I decided not to take and hire a cab to go out to the falls.
Wow, I don't think a cab would take you out there unless you gave them a lot of money. It's a very long drive.
It's
Yes.
a very long drive.
He's gotten there by
And it's a
cab
very
at
long
least
drive,
once.
and it's a very long drive back.
Yeah.
Yes.
He'd probably be deadheading.
I believe at least once he did take a cab.
She probably had to give a lot of money to the
Mhm.
cab.
Yes. But it's only money.
Wow, okay.
That is one of your aspects, right?
No.
Oh,
Shouldn't
No,
be.
it's one of
Thank
my,
you.
it's one of my aspects.
okay.
But it's not one of Reggie's aspects.
No. I have been known
Fail
to
to
take a resource role to catch a cab to somewhere in New York, and I don't always roll high enough.
Yes.
So, did you want me to do an autopsy on the gangster, or doesn't matter?
That's not a
It's a great
bad
idea.
idea if you
a great
are
idea.
willing to do it. We know what morgue he's probably in.
When Jack's with you, it's always open.
Yeah, I won't even bother to mention that. We know Jack. At least some of Jack's methods by now.
Was that a
I'd rather
yes?
do
Yes,
an
it was a yes.
autopsy on Eel,
Okay.
but that might be a little harder to arrange.
Okay. What was the gentleman's name again?
Louis
Salvatore.
Salvador.
Salvatore. And you
Okay.
probably just have him as Louis Salvatore without the. I suspect
Yes.
Little Louis is a nickname.
Anything
One
else?
does wonder how little Louis is.
That would be one of the easier things to find out if
Yes.
we have access to the corpse.
Yes. What did,
Anything else I should know?
Probably plenty of things.
Keep
we
that winter
should
outfit you
know,
just
but
had.
nothing,
Well, it's
nothing I
still
can
winter in
tell
New
you
York, so
But
yeah.
you don't need Russia winter
Yeah.
clothing in New York.
It's still
probably.
pretty cold in New York City right now.
Yeah, it's not
Um,
that much longer.
Compared to what we went through here in the real world, no, it isn't.
I can't think of anything.
Okay.
I will keep that
Go
one
see
in
if I
mind.
can find out who the coroner is.
Okay.
That's true, your connection might be, more useful than mine have been so far. Now, we know somebody in the police department.
So you're gonna do a
who's willing to
contacting
talk
roll?
to us,
Make your contacting.
That probably isn't good enough.
Either bump it off or bump it down and put something else in its place. Average contacting is just a doubtful usefulness.
you doing a reroll, or are you bumping it
I'm
up?
deciding on an aspect first.
Okay.
Didn't I mention that? As I'm trying to contact him. Oh yes, and I'm trained in forensics.
Yes.
Didn't I mention that?
So, it's a reroll.
It's a reroll. I'm going to risk a reroll, even though that oftentimes doesn't work well. And that one's cut. So, it is a positive thing.
Not bad.
That would be a good contacting, and let's spend a shift. It's what, usually about half hour to an hour for contacting.
This is, I mean, it's a 15-minute
Oh.
thing. It's not that long.
Which would bump it up to a half hour, right?
Yeah, if you spend a shift of time, that's half an hour.
So that would be a great.
Okay. Yeah, you know who it is. Somebody who you have no respect for. It isn't even a medical doctor who's the coroner for that particular morgue. For some reason, the New York City Police Department doesn't really care a lot about policing Chinatown.
Okay.
It seems like
Anything?
they really just want to ignore it.
They go through the
They
motions.
do, yeah. They go through the motions. They have a precinct house there. They have a morgue, but you know,
I,
whatever.
I will go back to where they are in the engineering.
Yes,
Or I hope they will still be there.
they're probably still chatting.
Yeah.
And I will announce that, yes, I found out which morgue it is, and we'll have to have Jack let us in.
Let me guess, the person in charge is sufficiently hidebound or sufficiently clueless. There's no way to convince them that your help would be useful.
Even if I could, I'm not sure it's worth the time.
Fine. So,
I mean, there are some people that should be on a job, and there are some that shouldn't. He shouldn't.
well,
This guy should have a job sweeping the floor.
In any
There might
case,
be
I
people more
believe that
confident
it may
than that.
be easier to just ask Jack to let me in so that I can do a proper autopsy.
let's see if he's busy. He said he should be within range.
But it's a Saturday, about what time? Saturday, fairly late in the day, right?
It's
Probably
when
four
you
is
people
fine.
are talking, it's
Yeah.
like 4 o'clock in the afternoon, so it's not
So-
that late.
It's not that late.
So, try and ping Jack.
Okay. Well,
You're shopping in the
No.
general area.
no. But before we're done shopping,
Oh,
I'm in the
okay.
library.
All right, you're at the library.
Even better in some ways.
Yeah, what's going on?
Well, we've got a potential source of information, but we need to get into the morgue quietly. Get into a morgue quietly. We
Okay.
don't want to wake anyone up, you know.
Okay. Let's. We either gotta do it like right now, or we gotta
No.
wait until like 11, or 12 or something.
Yeah, there'd
Wait.
probably be a lot of activity right
Yeah,
now.
late
at the
late
morgue.
this evening seems like a good time to meet.
Okay.
Give him the address and say 11:30 if I'm
Well-
gathering you're going out earlier in the evening.
Well, I'm having dinner with first at the Cola Club at 7.
Okay, well,
And then we'll probably do some dancing.
and you
Yeah.
want to be able to spend a little time on all that and not have to say goodnight to her too early.
That's right.
Let me just double check. We'll going in about 11:30 and working in the middle of the night be okay with you? I know it's a bit late.
Yeah, it is a bit past when I usually stay up, but I can manage.
Good. Karen
She
will
could
be
go take
back
a nap
after-
right now.
yeah,
You
so
could go
Karen-
take a nap right now if you'd like.
What's your endurance at?
I'm sure her
Good.
endurance
Good.
is
No.
fairly decent, but you know. Anyway,
If it was average, and okay, that's no
I don't think anybody in the group has it as anything other than good. I think endurance and resolve, everybody took it as good, because it's the best place. Unless you are an endurance or resolve centered character, in which case then you put it to superb.
I have both of those at good. I don't know for sure about anyone else.
I mean, you probably have something that boosts it.
Yep.
Right.
That's a cool lens.
Simon's quite
That's a
enjoyable.
cool lens.
Yeah?
It's a little cooler than looking at ours.
You have glass envy, is what you're saying.
I have glass observation.
Okay. All right, so 4, 5, 6.
I get back to the brownstone and to change, about 5 o'clock I head back to the brownstone to change and then
Okay.
go pick up Cornelia at 7.
Going to this place I just heard about, Katz's Delicatessen.
Okay,
I could use a corned beef sandwich.
that's fine.
I
You can
think
certainly
I-
get a corned beef sandwich
I
there.
think I will wander along with Rick, who often has good instincts on food and drink.
Hope they don't drink any formaldehyde.
This is a delicatessen that does not serve alcohol.
Rick is probably overworked for that to happen to him.
But what's in the back room of that delicatessen?
Probably
Barrels of beef.
Yes.
and barrels of good dill pickles and other things like that. But yes, I'm sure they have nice corned beef sandwiches and several other things.
All right. So you have a meal. You have a meal. Later than that, you have a meal.
Yep.
Annie, I am assuming, has supper somewhere. You and Simon are both at the Cobalt Club at approximately the same time.
I also talked to Professor Simpson.
All right. And tell him you want him to go down to the. Oh, you're good.
No, just update him on how it's going and
All
how
right.
we think what we did. And
Okay.
if he's got any suggestions for being more careful about that, but we think we did a pretty good job.
Okay. You found the source and sealed it, and
Yep. And explain
Grab
the
a fair bit
ceiling.
of poison.
do you explain the weird part of the ceiling? The
Well, and Simon did his thing, which we can ignore.
he chanted around it, and how would you burn
It wasn't-
incense down underneath the water? I don't.
Magnesium.
If he actually did that, that would actually be scientifically interesting. I didn't see anything he did that was all that interesting.
Okay, good.
Involves
As
certain
long as
amount
it
of
makes him
wire.
happy, I guess.
Whether that's scientifically.
That's for a lot of chicken blood, you know.
He's getting results.
not his
in
thing.
spite of
Drifting away in the
anything.
current.
I'm sure that he believes that, and probably has some way of convincing you. But
In any case,
in any case,
I thought you would like to hear that we have
sealed them away. Okay, thank you.
Anything interesting happen?
Not especially, no.
Have a good night.
You too. So, 6, 7, dinner at the Cobalt Club.
Yep.
Dancing at the Cobalt Club.
Mhm.
See what I can dance.
And he will take a walk after dinner, help settle his dinner,
That
and then
would
do
be
some
great.
reading and meditation.
Oh, wow, very impressive.
How bears do.
With a boost from you, she got good. I mean, like, everybody is impressed with the two of you out there dancing.
I got fair.
Okay.
You don't have your special shoes on.
Yeah, I do.
Oh, okay.
Full flow.
Yeah, he didn't roll especially
I
well.
rolled a -1.
I see.
Spending a fate point on how well you dance at the Cobalt Club is probably not
Not really.
a really good
I-
idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't have expected him to do that.
Yes, the usual suspects are there.
They arrested the usual suspect.
No,
Out of,
they're not rounding up the usual suspects.
just out of,
Here are your
pure
winnings,
idle-
Captain.
Yes.
just out of pure
I'm
idle
closing this plate out
curiosity,
for-
I'm not there, but I might hear about it later. Is, certain Chinese lady that we have seen at the Cobalt all the time or
She's
there
not there.
tonight? Okay. Okay, not particularly
Not New Year's,
surprised,
but of
but
course, it's really not for New Year's. But
yeah. Sometime next month, most likely. Don't look that off for that year.
Huh? Did you say?
Oh, I forgot to mark off that it's currently the 19th.
Hello, are you? How are you?
oops, I don't mind what it was, no.
But happy about it.
Need to be careful about when I say oops.
I think a doctor or something that would be kind of important.
All right.
Dentist.
Nothing interesting happens at the Cobalt Club that night. You guys are there until what, 11 or so?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's 11.
Alright.
Well, Harris, unfortunately, I got some business to do tonight with, so we have to leave a little sooner than I would have liked.
Okay. I mean, I'm just happy that you came back as quickly as you did.
Can I drop you off?
Well,
You're
You
waiting.
met.
I mean, my chauffeur drove me here, so
Oh, okay.
you don't need to drop me anywhere. I
Okay.
can just go, have him drive me home.
Okay.
As long as we leave here together.
I see. We'll leave here together, but I do have an errand to run, so.
But yes, after we leave here, we can split up. You can go do whatever it is that you're doing. You're not leaving the city or anything.
No, not tonight. I just got a little errand to do in the city.
Okay, that's fine. All right, and I assume you're leaving at approximately the same time, or are you staying later? You don't need to go with him to the morgue,
No, I don't.
so.
It's up to Cornelia.
All right. She wants to stay later.
Then we'll say later.
All right.
I will be at the morgue.
Yes.
Cool.
You're hungry, huh?
All right. So you are going with Annie then, or?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, we can,
So you're all meeting there, what, at 11:30?
yeah.
That was the agreed upon time.
Okay.
And I might as well go with, Rick and Andy and Eddie can all go together and figure that since Jack's promised to meet us, he will turn up.
So, after my errand, I'll let myself into your bedroom.
Okay. He's fine with that. So the place is pretty dead this time of night.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, well,
There is a lock on the door, and so.
stealth first or burglary?
Yeah, I mean,
Stealth
you're
first.
stealthing and hushing everybody, I assume.
Yep. Okay, I'd like +2.
That's the stealth, right? What are you doing next?
Open the door. Open the lock, I should say. Pick the lock. That would be epic.
Okay, you pick the lock. Once again, it's a bump, basically, from you. This is a fair lock. So you have a ridiculous amount of shifts on it. So it's like a quarter second of time spent picking the lock.
Quickly, quietly.
And then spend the one extra overflow to make it harder to tell.
That's fine.
There's no marks.
Yeah.
All right.
So I'm not really thinking there's gonna be an alarm here, okay? This is a precinct that not really cared about by too many people.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm not especially worried. If we do perchance set an alarm off and somebody comes looking for us, they're
They'll
not
try to
going to
find
find us anyway.
All right. So you open the door.
Next
No
job.
alarm goes off.
Next
So-
job is to figure out where in this, no doubt well-organized
I tell them
establishment.
where.
Yeah, I mean, you,
Okay.
you have
Good
been
job.
in this morgue before. You're,
Okay.
it's like one of your specialties is forensic medicine, so you just head down to where they keep the bodies.
So, does inorganic chemistry cover well, it used to be alive?
No.
No.
No, it does
No,
not.
no, but the stunt,
You've got a different
Forensic
stone
medicine?
for the-
forensic medicine covers it.
Yes.
Okay. So, there's no lock on the door into the room where they keep the bodies.
There might
It is cold in here, though.
Yep.
Expect
There might
that.
be locks on the,
On the drawers? Nope.
drawers.
No.
Nope.
Okay.
Let's see if there are
So-
labels.
So if there were people stealing bodies, they just have one locked door to get through to get to these
Okay.
bodies. But, all right.
Never been
There are little
accused of
cards on
Yeah.
each drawer that say the name of the person who's in the drawer.
Okay.
And so it takes about 2 seconds to look and go,
There we
Louis
go.
Salvatore.
Yes, indeed, guy.
Okay, pop the door out, pull it out, wheel over a table.
Get set up
Okay.
and, look at what we
I'm
have.
doing a general investigation.
Go ahead.
I'm not even going to worry
I'm
about
not gonna
that
roll plus
minus
four again, I
one
can
because
probably
it
not.
will still be fantastic.
Yep, I was right.
He's dead.
Yeah, how many stab wounds and where?
You don't see any stab wounds.
Interesting.
What are you doing?
Investigation.
Okay. You don't see any stab wounds.
Oh.
You do see the autopsy. I mean, they cut him open and looked at his innards and stuff like that, but you don't see any stab wounds.
I will. Annie, I don't know if you can tell yet, but what are the chances that in opening him up, they cut through the site of a stab wound?
Has he even been opened up?
Yes, he has been opened up and sewed back up.
Okay. So, I am going to use brains over brawn for the investigation, so that brings me to, fantastic, and then I have to check what happened. I think the feat makes it two less difficult. 2 steps less difficult, to a minimum of mediocre to do the investigation. If the GM believes you would normally roll science for such an effort, such as performing an autopsy,
Yes.
the difficulty of the investigation drops by 2 steps, but never below mediocre.
All right.
So I have a fantastic, and the difficulty should be 2 less than normal.
Fine. So you almost instantly find the stab wounds
Okay.
by pulling back the eyelids,
Uh-huh.
which is a thing that you look at. You look at the eyes when you're doing an autopsy.
Yep.
There are 2, you'd say, stiletto wounds centered on the pupils.
Wow.
One on each pupil.
I think I found the cause of death.
Yeah,
I think you have.
yes, I said, I see, and I think he
So-
did too for a few moments.
So I'm not quite sure, because you see, with
I'm
no
not
brain, no effect by stabbing him in the head.
I'm
Very
sure there's a
funny.
brain in there
Ha ha ha
somewhere.
ha.
Might not have been a very good one.
I am calling it for the night.
Okay.
Thank you to everybody who is here for the stream. If you're watching us on Twitch and you enjoyed this stream, please give me a follow if you have not done so already. If you're watching this after I have uploaded it to YouTube and you've enjoyed it, please click that like button and subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you didn't like it, click the dislike button. But either way, please
Click.
put a comment. Let me know what you did or did not like about it. My next stream will be tomorrow, Wednesday at 1 p.m. I will be streaming Realm of the Mad God. Why'd you follow me, Laurel? I don't know. It's entirely up to you whether you follow me or not.
So, did JD spend any fate points today?
He did not.
And he is feeling so happy about that?
Yes. He
Rick
didn't
is
have
48?
to do
Rick is 48.
that again.
Yeah.
Let's see.
47. I had to compel somebody.
Yeah, right.